Okay, welcoming in everybody that is on YouTube. I am Charity, aka Nice Comps, and we are going to be shipping out a whole bunch of orders on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Depop today. So if you are watching this on the replay, which you most likely are, feel free to fast forward just a little bit because I got to welcome in all of our tiki-taki friends as well, and then we'll get this going. Okay, let's get everybody in here. We're going to hope that our iPad does not stop working because I did not have it charged. OMG. So that is what happens in life when you're busy. All right, let's head over to TikTok Studio here. We're going to go to our events here, and we're going to go live. Make sure that we are in a good position. Can everybody see here? Yes. Okay. All righty. Here we go. We are going live. All right, we are currently live on the old TT here and just waiting for people to hop in. Like I said, if you are following me on the Tubies and Tubies and you're here, feel free to fast forward a little bit. If you like weird shenanigans, you are interested even minorly in reselling stuff, then make sure you subscribe and like to this. Feel free to ask any questions you have in the chat. If I miss them, I apologize. You're on the same screen as my shipping screen. So if I miss it, I'm sorry. Just ask and I will try to get to it afterwards if I can. CCU Remy is the first one in today. Congratulations and welcome in. Fieb 1984, what a great year. Mrs. Thrifty is here. Welcome in. Not to be confused with Miss Thrifty. Just kidding. I don't know who Miss Thrifty is. Hey, Paula. Rita, what is going on? And Doxy Mom. Ooh, you must be the mama of a Dotson. Is that what that is for? If so, that's so funny because I actually had a dream about a little wiener dog yesterday or last night. I had a dream that they had got their head stuck in a planter and I had to fish this dog, this little tiny dachshund, out of a planter. So I had that dream last night. It was very interesting. I don't know why I dreamt that, but I did. Who knows why we dream what we dream, right? JS Desk, welcome in. And Brandy, Danny, Sweetbriar is here. Hey. And Stove is here. You guys, we actually have a good amount of stuff to ship out this weekend. We definitely sold some stuff and have more Poshmark orders than I had expected, which was really cool. Thanks for the likes, you guys. I appreciate it. And thank you guys for sharing this out too. That does help the reseller community, helps other people to come in so they can get tricks and tips and all the good stuff about shipping or photographing or any other reseller questions you have. Feel free to ask. If I miss it in the chat, I'm so not being rude. I just literally don't see it. So feel free to ask again. If you're another reseller in here, feel free to answer the questions too, because there's no wrong answers in this. These are all just opinions. Everybody runs this business totally different. So I'm just happy you guys are joining in today. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Danny and Kim. All right, we're going to get started. So my voice is a little rough today. My favorite band of all time, they're a band called No Effects, did their final 3 performances on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday night, I literally sang 120 songs along with them. And I watched them streaming on TV. And so because of that, my voice is definitely rough today. So it's a little on the low octave, but that's okay. Hey, Callie, good to see you. Good morning. Oh, Kaylee's here too. Well, hello, Kaylee and Shani and Rachel and Robert. Okay, guys, let's get started here. And we're going to kick today off. Like I said, I'm not sick. Don't worry. I just literally have no voice from singing 120 punk songs. So we're going to get started over on eBay first. Now, I always start my day shipping on eBay. And the reason I do that is because just in case it's sold on another platform somewhere, I want to make sure I get my eBay order out because I will cancel it on another platform before I'll cancel it on eBay because eBay dings you. Had that happen this weekend. So, sometimes we have to choose which one we're going to take. And for me, I will always take the order of the platform eBay because I don't want to get dinged. And normally my cross-listing software catches it, but it's sold so close in time that I didn't have the opportunity to do that. So, hey, happy Monday, Thrifty. I'm happy to see you. Shani, good morning to you as well. Morning, Jennifer and Buddha. I keep coming back because you have the coolest vibes. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That makes me feel good. I got cool vibes and a little bit of a weird voice today, but that's okay. Okay, let's do this. So first thing we sold is, let's see, we are going to go with, we are on eBay. Is this not our eBay bucket? I thought this was our eBay bucket. Is it not? No, this is our eBay bucket. That is actually our Poshmark bucket, which we sold way more on Poshmark than I expected to sell, which was interesting. That being said, I did make some deals, and I totally see what Poshmark is doing. Like, Poshmark, I see you. So because the price is so much higher for the buyer now because of the fees, they're definitely asking us sellers to discount our stuff in order to kind of help our customers a little bit. So I did find myself taking a little bit offers I normally would have maybe taken or not taken because they would have taken 20%. But I was able to kind of pass the savings a little bit on. I just see what Poshmark's doing. They want the buyer to pay a little bit so that they can get that money. They want the seller to discount their stuff a little bit to encourage the buyer. And then they're also getting money from the seller. So really, they're definitely getting more than 20% now. So it's like, I see you. I see you, Posh. Kit Kat's Closet, welcome in, you guys. Ooh, #1 gifter badge. That's what I'm talking about. Thanks for the shares too, you guys. That's awesome. Brandon, welcome in. Okay, here we go. So first thing we've got is a shirt. This is a brand that just always sells for me. This print, I definitely normally would not pick this color spectrum up. However, hear my logic. I know what complementary colors are. So this will be our first little fun thing for the day. So complementary colors are colors that are opposite on the color wheel. Blue and orange, purple and yellow, red and green. They're colors that help to counteract each other and create a neutral color. So to our eyeballs, they're called complementary colors because they complement the way our brain thinks and they work together, right? Okay, so football teams, a lot of football teams, basketball teams, and baseball teams, you'll see do complementary colors on their uniforms. And one of them is the Broncos. I'm a Broncos fan, so I always catch blue and orange items. I know I'm a Broncos fan. I'm going to get so much crud from that, but that's where my family's from. We rock that. We're in it to win it no matter what, even though we always lose it to bruise it. But when I saw this, I thought to myself, there's no way this is selling this summer, but I bet you when football season starts up again, I will start selling my complimentary color stuff and boom, this sold. And it's a Brooks Brothers, so I just know they're always going to sell. That was a long way of saying that this is our first item we're shipping today. So when you're out and about and you see some of those really weird colors, you can look up on the old Googly machine, just look up complementary colors and you'll see a color wheel there. It'll kind of walk you through what that means, but it's pleasant to the eye when you see those colors. It gives you like a weird feeling inside that you don't even realize you're feeling. And that's just the way it is. Okay. So we are doing our first one. That is a dangerously cute sticker. Okay. That's super cute. We're going to put a little thank you card and we're putting it in our 9x12 poly bags. That's the size I use for all shirts and t-shirts. Heyo, I'm from Grand Junction, Colorado. Originally Broncos were good. Divas, that's true. My dad actually lived in Grand Junction forever. He's up in Kitteridge now, but he lived in Grand Junction. Grand Junction's an interesting place, isn't it? Hey, Felix, what's going on? Minor tropical color like peach. I love the color of your hair, just vibrant tropical. I love that too, man. I like the bright color. I know I'm trying to decide what I want to do next, you guys. I got to spice it up. We did purple last time. This time was blue. So who knows? I'm always changing it. Okay, and then we're going to put it in our poly bag. We're going to seal it up. Now, anything that's under a pound, I'm going to go ahead and ship straight from eBay because that's the most cost effective. Anything that is over a pound, I actually ship using a site called Pirate Ship. If anyone's heard of Pirate Ship, Pirate Ship's just an outside source for you to be able to get a little less expensive shipping. And I use that because then I can make a little bit of money off shipping. Now, that's not going to be for everybody. Some of you are going to find if you do flat rate, you get better deals just shipping straight from eBay. Where I'm in Texas, for some reason, it's always cheaper for me to use pirate ship. So that is what I use. However, we're under a pound, so we're shipping out of eBay. So we've got 8 ounces. We've got a 7x7x1 bag. They paid a total of $6.99 for shipping. Our shipping's only $4.55 because this is for some reason not an expensive item to ship this time. This is actually going to Felix. Felix, you didn't buy this from me, did you? That would be so crazy. So this is going to Felix in New York. Not to be confused probably with the Felix that's in here right now, unless it is that Felix, and that would be really wild. So this is like I said, really nice Brooks Brothers shirt. I got this I think I actually got this at the thrift store. Like maybe, I can't remember, guys, if this was one of our items. I think so. I think this is one of our items from our garage hoard that I have, meaning that some of that I got from thrift stores when I first started, and I'm just now getting it listed. I think I listed this maybe like, I don't know, 2 months ago or something like that. And so I probably paid maybe $4.99 for it. I might have got this at a garage sale for $1. I don't remember. But it is 14. I know Felix is like, what? It did sell for $14.44. So neither way we made money. And then we also made money with the shipping. So we're going to head and purchase that label. I can't remember. You know what's interesting? It's like we are shipping and getting and doing stuff at such a high volume now that it's becoming harder and harder for me to remember where I got something. Like, was this a rummage sale? Was this a church sale? Was it the thrift store from when I first started? Because y'all know I don't really go to thrift stores now. I just garage sale. So, but I've got boxes of stuff from when I first started, and I was going to thrift stores, and I still don't have that listed, because if you have followed my story, you'll know that I didn't really start listing and becoming serious about this until a few months ago. So, okay, so we're getting this in this is going to be our post office bag. This is going to be our UPS bag because we don't want to take the wrong thing to the wrong place. So that is off and being shipped. Okay, the next thing, I actually just sold this. Do you guys remember this? Does anybody? Golden Girl says, I'll be leaving. Posh Mercari. Yeah, it's tough. I sold a bit of stuff today, which was nice. Do you keep a spreadsheet of your inventory? Absolutely not. But if you want to take care of that for me, Golden Girl, I would love that. I'm telling you guys, that's the part of the business I am not good at. You want spreadsheet advice? I am not the person to talk to. Holy smokes. I can tell you're very serious. Felix, I'm always serious. I couldn't even say that with a straight face. Since you only garage sale now, how do you source during colder weather? I live in Texas. It's not colder. So when I garage saled this Saturday, it was 91 degrees. I got to 87 garage sales. I only got to 1 community sale. I totally didn't even make it to the second community sale. And I didn't make it to the other 40 garage sales that were in my area. I went garage selling from 7:15 in the morning until after 1. And I literally physically couldn't even get to any more sales. I didn't stop to eat. I didn't stop to use the restroom. I literally just went that whole time. And I still only made it to 87 of them. So Arizona, where do you get your bags that you store your clothing in? Admin, that's a good question. So the brand I'm using now that I really, really like, because it doesn't tear, it reseals really well. They're just a quality bag. It's a brand called Spartan. And if you go over to the, Ruth, was that you? I see you, Ruth. If you go over to the old link Dinkater and my bio YOE, it'll take you over to the Smile store, if you know what I mean. Just click on the little thing that says reseller supplies to get you started. Those bags are in there. And I would also suggest taking a look, and maybe adding them to the CART today, but then maybe with the purchase tomorrow, because we got PRIME days. And so you may be able to save on those. So these are the ones I really like. And I like them for a couple reasons too. They literally don't tear, and you can seal and reseal these 100 million times. So do you guys remember this item? This is the thing that I saw at a community sale 2 weeks ago. It stopped me like in my tracks. I literally walked as fast as I could down because I saw this from a distance and I was like, dude, that's literally fire. So I got up there and then didn't realize until I got there, look, it's a hyper flash. So they change colors. Now, this isn't a vintage one. If this was a vintage one and this was a vintage like hyper color, this shirt would literally be worth like probably $80 in this condition. However, it's the redo. Like we've been talking a lot about that on my channel, how like companies are starting to like make these redo, like they've redone silver tabs, like all these companies. Wrangler's got this new look that's supposed to look old, but it's not. Like they realize how much people like vintage things. What they're not realizing is people like vintage things because of the quality of the fabric, not because of just the style. So like this one definitely is newer. You can tell just by the sound of the material. You know, you listen to more of a vintage shirt. Like this one is like a 2011, I think. So it's not technically vintage, but older, Y2K. It's got that low bass. You listen to a higher shirt, listen, treble, bass. So, and that's something we've kind of just recently been talking about and discovering all together. It really does make a big difference. It makes a difference in the quality of the clothing. So this one wound up selling for $17, which was great. I got it for $1. And it went over on eBay. We're going to go ahead and get a label. We probably are going to make a little on the shipping here. Let's take a look. I think these are like the most appropriate sticker for that too. Life is good. It's so cool. Yeah, the person messaged me about this was like, I want this so bad. Like, don't sell it to anybody else. So I was like, okay, it's yours. So hypercolor was it back in the day. Kinda, totally. I had one. I had to get like the brown or orangish colored one because my mom didn't have a lot of money and it was like the cheapest one we could find. But I used to love mine. And every time I'd wear it, I'd always say to my mom, don't put it in the dryer. Don't put it, whatever you do, if you wash this, don't put it in the dryer, because I knew, because my friends had dried theirs in the dryer and it like blew out the hypercolor so that it wouldn't work anymore. So thanks for the gift, Sweet Friar. I appreciate it. Ruth, I'm happy to see you today. Auntie's here too. Got me a pair of Miss Me jeans, new with tag for 25 cents. Yeah, baby. Hey, neighbor. Felix is way too serious. Something about that doesn't fit, right? Give me that bass, yo, because it's all about the bass, no trouble. I have the pullover jacket from the beach. What? You didn't. Oh, man, I wanted one of those so bad. Hey, Thrifty, what is good? Okay, let's get this on the scale here. All right, so we've got 6 ounces. We've got 7 by 7 by 1, and let's take a look at our shipping. So they paid $5.99 for shipping. We're paying $4.43, so we made about $1.50. That covers my cost of the original product. So I've got a little bit of eBay fees in there. When all is said and done, we probably cleared, I would say $15.50 in profit on that. So not too bad for something that was just a quick list for sure. All right, let's get that printed out. And this is going to Leslie in Georgia. Thank you, Leslie. Thrifty, we're happy to see you. Yeah, you couldn't tell me nothing. Oh my gosh. Kind of coastal, you and I must talk alike because I can literally hear how you're saying it. That's so funny because that's literally exactly how I would say it too. You couldn't tell me nothing. I had my pullover hypercolor on. Terrible sales. Oh, Thrifty. Well, that's no good. That's a wah. That's a wah. I did okay this weekend, actually. It was really weird because like Friday was really slow. I don't think I sold anything on Friday night. I was like, this is interesting. And then I had a few sales on Saturday, just a couple. And I was like, that's weird. And then Sunday it was just cooking. And then we sold I think I sold like 3 things this morning, but it's so weird. You just never know. It's some weekends I can't stop the sales. And then some weekends it's just way slower. It's interesting how it's like that. All right. This was an item I actually had people literally fighting over. I maybe could have even sold it for more than what I sold it for, but you know me, I'm a turn and burn girl. So I got this at a sale for $1. This is a 90s made in the USA. Don't mess with Texas. You guys might remember, I just listed this like 4 days ago. I got so many offers on this thing. I wound up selling it twice within the same, like maybe 30 minutes on 2 different platforms. And so of course I kept the eBay one. It was the exact same sale price on both, which was really interesting. because the person just straight out got it. And so I got this for $1. We sold it for 40 on eBay. And like I said, I think I could have even held out and maybe got more, but that's just not me, guys. I'm a turn and burn girl. Like, I have so much inventory. I have over 300 pieces from Saturday alone. So, I mean, I don't even have enough time on my day to list everything that I'm getting. So I just want it in and I want it out. Oh, that's cool. So we're going to do a little rainbowy, cool looking pineapple here. We'll put this in. Actually, you know what? We're going to put this outside the bag because it's with this being vintage, just in case the sticker were to like transpose or something like that. I don't think that it's going to, but I always get a little bit nervous about those. So do you live sale on WN? You know what? Kind of, I haven't yet. And it's on the list of things I really want to do. I'm trying to figure out a way to humanly get any more time in my day to be able to do that. Because by the time I get the photographs, I get them listed, I get everything cross-listed, I'm doing shipping, just regular life stuff as well, of course. Or maybe I have to clean shoes for the day, or I just want a couple buttons, or answer messages, update. Right now, what I've been doing is I've been updating all of my old listings because I had like 400 bad listings with terrible measurement stuff, horrible titles, just so bad from the beginning. And I've been working on that. It also has my old zip code attached to everything and old priority mail attached to everything. So I can't just delist and relist stuff right now. So I've been working on that. I'm getting close. I'm getting close to that being done, but I would love to budget that in for sure. That is definitely on the I want to do that. 100%. I think I'd have a lot of fun doing it too. Hey, what is going on? I'm happy to see you too. Felix is in and out. Heather says shopped or get an assistant. I know, and we may be headed that way too. Felix scored this weekend. Felix, what'd you get? How long have you lived in Texas? It has been almost exactly a year now. So we bought our house last September, but we were unable to get down here immediately because I was having just really bad back trouble again from packing and hauling boxes. So we ended up staying at our friend's house for about 2 weeks. And then when we got down here, I was out of commission from like October till basically February. My back just I was living at the acupuncturist, living at the pool, doing aquatic therapy. Like, it was a situation. So I feel like I've been here a year, but because that time frame was so weird and wonky, I really only feel like I've been here since like February, if that makes any sense. Okay, so this is going to Deidre, in Virginia. And we are definitely over on pirate ship for this one because it's over £1. It's just over £1 too, which is funny. So our length is going to be, we got 10 by 9. And then our weight is 1 pound, 1 ounce. I could probably even squeak by with this being £1, but you know what? We don't want to underpay for shipping and then deal with it. Time is money, money is time, and time spent dealing with that stuff is not a good use of my time. So we are paying $7.94 for a label. And then we'll get this printed out and then we'll take a look and see what they did. Thank you, Kinda Coastal. I appreciate that. I think I'd have a lot of fun doing the WN. The only other thing that I would say about that is that the stuff that I'm selling, I don't want it to go for very, very, very tiny little prices because of the fact that I do a lot of Y2K kind of specialty things, stuff that's kind of hard to find. And so I'm just nervous about that. I'm nervous about like things going for smaller prices. That being said, I do have 2 jumbo massive boxes of band t-shirts. None of them are vintage. It's all more modern or post Y2K. I think that'd be a good place to start, but we haven't uncovered those boxes in the garage yet. My husband just literally take stuff out to the garage from Saturday. You guys, if you guys remember the haul on Saturday, if you were here with me on Saturday, give a little emote or a heart or something. You guys don't know how much stuff that was. He took all that stuff out into the garage. That whole space that we cleared out in the garage by doing the like garage hoard unboxings we've been doing is completely full again. So that's a situation. My gosh, I can't stop myself, guys. I see good deals. You show me a Y2K shirt at a garage sale for 25 cents. I am not snoozing on that. I'm going to pick it up every time. There's no way I'm going to like let that go. So, yeah, so we have refilled the garage. Yeah, Felix, what did you pick up? I missed it. TMNT comic 1 through 4 figures, new and packaged. No. Are you serious? What? How did you, was that just like a happenstance? Did you know that those were going to be there? Oh my gosh. Wow. Look at, I literally have goosebumps. Holy smokes. You can start it at the price you want. Don't have to start it at $1. Yeah. And I know that. And I've watched probably 200 WN shows. I just got 2 things in the mail. I bought these I got 2 shirts for myself. And then I got these from a WN show for $4. And I know I can flip these for probably $50. So I watch shows, I buy stuff there. I just haven't done any. So I know that you can do the more than $1. It's just I don't have a huge following. If any of you guys are interested in going over and doing a little follow on the WN, I would not fight you on that. Because that way I can just have more people, and maybe I come on here and let you guys know I'm going to be doing one or something. I just would like some sort of attendance when I do it. You know, this is all stuff that's like I have sourced and spent time and energy, and I want people to enjoy it and get it, but I also don't want to, you know, not be able to recoup the original situation, if you know what I'm talking about. So I bought 3 Beatles ties on there for $4. Dang, kind of. That's amazing. Heck yeah. The TMNT were a callback from a garage sale where I bought a Halloween Department 65. Wow. How much was that? How much did you pay for that one? Probably $2 or something. Yeah. What are the comps on that? What are the comps on the new and package? I wouldn't even know because I've sold a ton of turtles, but not, definitely not new. Like not even close. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, that's really cool, Coastal. Okay, so like I said, we went ahead and got that for $1. We sold it for 40 on eBay, and then we shipped it. Let's see, what did they pay for shipping? I usually charge $8.50 for sweaters. So $8.90. That's right. I did $8.90 on this one because I knew it was going to be heavy. So they paid $8.90. We paid $7.47. I think it was. We said so. We made about $1.50, which covers my original investment, and then a little tiny bit of my eBay fee. So when all is said and done, we should clear 36 on that total. So that's not a bad flip for sure. Okay, let's get our tracking in here, and then we will move right along. Also, for anybody we have in here that is one of our subscribers, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I talked on Saturday about doing a new sticker for you guys, and you were all very excited about it, and I was very excited about it. And now I can't remember what it was. So if anybody remembers what our sticker on Saturday was that I was going to do, I would be very excited for you to tell me because I literally can't remember. Oh, we just got an offer on something, guys. Whenever we get an offer, we stop in our tracks and we take a look because that is money. Let's see what we've got here. All right, we got a 1980s city streetwear sweater. I've got it listed for $25.50. They're offering $18. If I did $5 off, that would bring it down to $20. I got this for $1. It's on Depop, which means hardly any fees. That's going to be $16.50. I know I'm going to make $1 in shipping, $17.50 in profit. If I sold it on eBay, I would make $17.25. So we're going to go ahead and accept it. Perfect. And then it's on Depop, so they might get it, they might not, because Depop is what, kids? A social media platform that just happens to sell some items on there. I think Felix is going to get me those TMNT comics for Christmas. Oh, Arizona, you dreaming. Every guy's got to have a dream, right? Shady, welcome in. Welcome in. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get our label here for the next thing. So these are 2 Talbot's skirts, and I'll just take one of them out for you to see. I got these down the street at a garage sale from a neighbor, and they are super rare. So if you see Talbot's with that kind of label, this is 100% vintage. One, I can tell by the label. 2, it's made in the USA. And then 3, it's got this vintage Italian fabric sticker on it. They just don't put this many things or label. They don't put this many things on new stuff, obviously. I was around in the 90s, so I remember these Talbot labels. So I picked these up for $2. They do have some little like moth pinholes in them. Super rare cottage core though. This is cottage core. This is heritage. You could even like put this in with a login look if you were to layer it. They're just rare. It's just not something you're going to find anywhere else. However, like I said, with the little holes in it, it does bump the value down a little bit. But I was able to sell both of these over on eBay for $25. She's going to get 2 of these. We paid $2. So, I mean, we've already covered our 3-time rule, 4-time, 5-time, 6-time holla rule. So, let's get this over on to Pirate Ship because, you know, I'm not shipping it on eBay because we're not going to make any money if we do it that way. I charged $8.50 for shipping. We will see what we get here. And let's get a cute little sticker. Oh, this is perfect. What a perfect sticker. That's like a perfect sticker for something like this. So we're just going to toss these. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put these stickers on the outside. Whenever I've got anything that's like wool or tender fabric, where I think to myself, man, if there's any moisture that gets around this at all during shipping, that sticker stuff's going to come loose. So I'll just put them on the outside and then tape them down. I need to find some, Gerbod jeans. I don't remember those. Foxy, of course I remember Gaetano, but I don't remember those. Is it an 80s or a 90s brand? Interesting. Yeah, that doesn't sound familiar to me. Obviously, I know all the staples. Like, I'm trying to remember back in the day, we had Billabong, Bongo, Quicksilver pants or jeans, Gaetano, Jordache. Those are the ones come to mind, but I don't remember those. So that's wild. Pat's here from Fort Collins. Hey, Denise, what is good? Denise is here. Welcome in. I'm happy to see you. Okay, let's see. What do we got for weight on this one? So we're going to be at 112 for that. And let's go ahead and get our address in here. Where are our wool skirts going? So these are going to Sarah in Tennessee. And we're going to put on envelope or poly bag for our pirate ship. And our measurement on that is going to be 11 by probably, I think that's like are these a 10 bag? No, these are the 12 bags, aren't they? I know it's like easy 10. Okay, 10. And then we're at 1 pound, 12 ounces on that. These skirts are so long, you guys. They literally go. I'm 5'9", so I'm a pretty tall girl. And when I put them against my waist, they literally went all the way to the floor. So wild. Oh, dang. Every once in a while, I get a shipping where I'm just like, why is it that cheap? It's only $6 to ship these to Tennessee. Why? I don't know, but I'm not going to fight about it. Please and thank you. All right. So we are going to copy that to clipboard, print that out. $6. Holla at your mama. Holy cow, I love that. That makes me excited. So they paid $8.50. So we got $2.50 on the shipping, which covers literally the cost of the skirts, and then also a little bit of that eBay fee. So that means we wound up making probably, after all is said and done, $23.50 on those skirts. So thank you, neighbor. I appreciate it. Thank you for getting rid of your skirts. This was a last minute garage sale too. I had been garage sailing all day. Do you guys remember that day that I went to 122 garage sales on that one Saturday? This was on my way home. There was 3 neighborhood sales. First 2 had nothing. And then this one, I picked up that Mark Echo shirt that's got the little Scully on it, which I think is still for sale. And then these 2 skirts. And they were literally sitting in a bag. The person was like packing up. And they're like, oh yeah, go for it. Go for it. And I went through there, and a lot of it was just like, you know, low level, like Walmart-y, Target brands. But I saw these 2 skirts, and I saw that Mark Echo cut and sew. And I was like, I know exactly what year that's from because I can tell from the beefiness of the shirt. I also have something I want to show you guys, which I wish I would have brought it in here. I'll have to show you guys on the next one that we do, our next photography session. I found a vintage shirt You can't make this up. I hope Coley's in here right now. You can't make this up. It literally, the tag is literally called Beefy. It literally says Beefy on it. I was like, what? No way. Because you guys know that that's what we call it. If you're a subscriber in here, you have access to those stickers, the Beefy tag stickers. Those are they say Beefy on them. I was like, come on. Like, what are the chances of that? So, and I've never seen a tag that said that. It says Beefy and then it's got a cow on it. So I'll have to bring it in next time. Ascension, what is going on? Good morning. Sales were good. I had a really busy, not a busy Friday, okay Saturday, pretty busy Sunday, and then we sold a few things this morning as well. Probably distance to main shipping center. That's what I'm thinking, Felix. I guess I don't ship a lot of stuff to Tennessee, so I had never noticed before. But okay, next thing we've got here is a Johnny O. This was a brand that was actually new to me. I had never seen this brand before. This is what it looks like. Johnny O. And it's just a really super nice quality polo. These new are like $130. So when I looked it up, I was so surprised. I got it for $1 at a garage sale. It sold in 2 days, not even quite 2 days. So I probably could have asked even more for it. But like I said, turn and burn it, baby. So this is going to, let's see, I don't know where this is going to go. We're going to find out in a second here. So we got a cute little lemon sticker. When life gives you, you make lemonade. We're going to put this on the outside because it is kind of a really nice, like a slippery polo material. So I don't want the sticker to like affect it or anything. So we're going to go ahead and put it in one of our 9x12 poly bags. We're going to make it as small as we can because that just helps with how much they're going to charge me. So I just kind of fold that so it looks a little bit like that. And then this is under a pound. So we're going to go ahead and get a shipping label in eBay for that. Let's take a look here. So we got 8 ounces, and then we've got 6 by 6 by 1. And then let's take a look. So this is going to Eric in Texas. So it's shipping locally. I am paying $4.31 for a label. He paid $5.99. We made about $1.59 on that. So that covers the cost of the shirt, which was $1. And then that 59 cents can go towards our fees on that. So when all is said and done, we are probably clearing $43 on that, somewhere right in there in profit. So not bad for $1. So yeah, look for those Johnny O's. I had never heard of it before. I don't know if any of you guys have, but yeah. Garage sale yesterday. Old dude was wearing a beefy long sleeve affliction skull t-shirt. Oh, had to stop myself. Sarah, did you say anything to him? Were you like, oh my gosh, that's a Y2K, that's a beefy? Yes, I found some Johnny O khakis recently. Royal, okay. Yeah, I didn't. So they make more stuff than just shirts. I didn't know. So it's kind of, I always like when you find those new brands. Like I picked it up because it's Longhorns season. It's felt quality. I didn't comp it or anything. I was like, this just looks expensive. And so sometimes you just got to go with your gut. Now, if I was paying more than $1 for it, or $2 at the most, I probably would have done a little Google image search or looked at the brand and done comps and stuff like that. But when I'm buying stuff for $1, it's like I know I'm going to sell it for more than $5. So as long as I do that, then I'm happy. But yeah, so that's cool. Royal, I'll look out for pants too. Everybody put that on your list of brands to look for. I had no idea. All their stuff seems to be pretty expensive. Shelly, welcome in. Okay, let's go back to our orders and let's take a look and see what we've got next. A little sip of coffee. Okay, next thing we've got here is a pair of Vans. These kind of things sell. They always do. I usually wind up paying anywhere between like $2 to $5 at a sale. I won't usually go above $5 on these. Now, if you're a thrift store reseller, holler, because you have to spend a little bit more on this kind of stuff. So as long as you're like doubling or tripling your expenditure, it's worth it. For me, I'm the holler for a dollar girl, so I try to keep stuff as low as I can, and then I turn and burn it by doing a little bit lower pricing if I can. So these were a men's 8.5, women's 10. If these had been a men's 10, I probably could have gotten $6 more for them. They sold for $28.88 over on eBay. Whenever I see a weird price like that, I just know that it means that my Auto Posher probably has sent out an offer on those, and you know, the person accepted it. Whenever I see like a weird price like that, because I'm not going to offer something to someone and be like, I want you to pay $28.88. So whenever I see that, that always tells me that that's thank you, Auto Posture, for helping us get that. Oh, Vanessa's here. Good afternoon, Vanessa. What is good today? Happy to see you. I sold Son's Vans that my son had on. He said, no, ma'am. That's funny. Oh my gosh, that's great. Okay, so when I am doing these kind of shoes, two things. I like to tie my knots to look like the factory direct knot, meaning that it is how the factory brought them out. So they look something like this. So whenever you get a pair of shoes, you'll notice the shoelaces, if no one's ever tried them on before, usually look a little something like this. It is really hard for me to show you guys on screen how to do this. I probably need to do a video on this, but what you do is you take it. See, I have the hardest time doing this if I'm like, but you take it, you loop it around. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to see this. You loop it around and then you pull it taut. Yeah, we're gonna do a video on that, guys. We're gonna write it down right now before we forget. Before we forget, we're gonna write that down. How does that sound? Let's see, where is our video list? Factory shoe laces. Because I just always think like they don't get tied up together anywhere. And when the person pulls it out, whether they realize it or whether they don't realize it, they have been trained to look for that their whole life, because that is what stores do. So because stores do it, your brain just looks for that. So when they open these up, their brain will naturally just be kind of happy because of that. And I'm just like getting off any little fuzzies here. Perfect. Okay. All right. Okay. Wrapping these up. Now I do the triangle wrap when I do this. You can do this either with paper or you can do it with foam. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to angle this down just a little bit so you guys can see this. So what I do is I take and I lay this out like this. Then I'm going to take the shoe and I'm going to wrap around it once. Okay. Then I'm going to go forward and then I'm going to take this shoe. I'm going to go the opposite direction. So just like you would see them in a shoe box. So I'm going to wrap them like that. And then I'm going to bring it over and wrap it. Now, the reason I do this like this is because, and I'll show you here in a second, it's going to keep the shoes together. And like I said, you can do this with paper. You can do it with foam. The foam I got for free, or I would probably not be using foam. I don't put my shoes in boxes unless it meets like $100 threshold, meaning that it needs to be there. If they're spending more than $100 with me, I'm going to pop these in a box. I just sell so many shoes that if I tried to sell, I probably could have kept this a little bit smaller, but if I tried to box up every pair of shoes I sell, I literally would have to keep like mass amounts of boxes on surplus, and I'm not going to do that. So we're going to put a little sticker in here. Oh, that's adorable. Look at that one. Hello, cute. Super cute. Super cute. So it's going in there with a thank you card. And then after I get these completely wrapped up, then I'm going to put a little bit of saran wrap kind of stuff over it. And the reason I do that is just so the shoes won't flop around. And should any of this tape come up, see, it's like these aren't going to get damaged because of the foam. So it's how I do it. I know a lot of people use boxes, and no shade. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But for me, it's just easier to do the foam. I also save a ton of money on my shipping by doing that. So what I do is I take the saran wrap here. I'm going to go over once, and then I'm going to turn, and then I'm going to go like this. And what that's going to do is that's going to saran wrap the whole thing. So you bring it out, go around, turn around. And that way, every single corner of this has some saran wrap on it. Those shoes are not going to go anywhere in a poly bag. If you want to get even a little bit more cautious and put an extra piece of tape to tape down the saran wrap, great. But those things are not going anywhere. And I have shipped out, you know, hundreds of pairs of shoes. And I, to this day, knock on wood, haven't had any issues with the shipping. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them in one of my poly bags. These are the 15 by 12 inch bags. They work really, really good for shoes, unless the shoe is over a size 12. And then I usually have to go up to the next size bag, which would be my 19 by 14.5s. And then we're going to go down like this. We're going to check and make sure that it feels sealed, and we are GTG. So that is how I do the shoes. Thank you to husband who mounted me a new mount. This is my latest gadget, by the way. If Southern's in here, I don't see her, but if she wasn't here, she'd ask me what my latest gadget is. Got this awesome thing that mounts on the wall, and it's going to allow me to articulate you guys around a little bit more, so that I can show you more stuff in the room and what I'm doing. So that's cool. Thank you, husband. Round of applause for the husband. Okay. These are going to be definitely over a pound. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to just copy the address, and we are going to go over to the old pirate ship and see what we see. All right, shipping these out. Let's take a look here and see what we got. So these are going to Deborah in Florida. Now, because yes, technically this is in a poly bag. However, this is called rigid packaging, meaning that nothing can move inside of this bag. And so I can't select the just straight up poly bag. You may even get away with it for a very long time, but you would be a naughty puppy, and you potentially would end up with a finer fee later because of that. So our length on that's going to be 12 by 9 by probably, is that a 3 or a 4? Probably a 3. We'll do 4 just in case. By 4. And then our weight is, oh, we kept under 2 pounds too. I was worried. 1 pound, 15 ounces. And then let's take a look and see. So I picked these up at a yard sale. I think I got these for like $2. Okay, so it looks like our shipping is going to be $6.98. We're going to go ahead and purchase that. And then let's take a look and see what they paid. I've actually had these listed for a while. This was one of those things that I had delisted and relisted, and I changed the title a little bit. And obviously whatever I did worked, because I was surprised they hadn't sold a little bit faster. Yeah, because usually Vans, I can't keep them in the store. So I messed around with the title a little bit. Sometimes you just need that, you know. I love the delisting and relisting software, and I love that stuff will auto do that for you. But I think there is something to be said for going back over your listings. You know, if you've got an item that's delisted and relisted like twice, there's something going on. Either your pricing's wonky, your pictures are wonky, you don't have measurements in it, your title isn't good, your description isn't good, you don't have any keywords in it, you don't have the correct item specifics, maybe the wrong size is in there. I've caught myself with that quite a few times. Or you put up a listing and it's like all pictures of shoes and then a jacket because you accidentally put a picture in there that didn't belong with it. So, you know, always take a look at some of that stuff if you find things aren't selling. Because, and it's no shade on you guys. If you've done something weird, wonky, or it's not right, it's just the way it is. Why do you think stores redo their display stands all over the store all the time? Oh, of course, we're going to get the delivery restriction thing every day. Of course, stores are going to get, you know, redo their displays and stuff because they want to keep things looking fresh. And sometimes we need to do that in our stores as well. Okay, we're going to copy this over. We definitely are going to have made some on the shipping. Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't know why the shipping was so high on these. That's probably why they took a second. The shipping was $10.42 on these. So that could be why. Well, we made our money back. We paid for all of our eBay fees and everything with just that one thing. So that's fantastic. Every once in a while, guys, like I said, something is wonky. And I obviously didn't catch that that's what it was. I redid the title and the descriptions. I didn't see that my shipping was so high on those. So, well, okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Next thing is, this was really cool. If this wasn't new with tags, I probably actually would have kept it for myself. So you guys got to see this because this thing is sick. This is a Goosebumps button-up jersey. It's got the Goosebumps in the front, and then it's got this amazing Halloween style thing on the back here. And I got this for $1, which is wild. It still has the Goosebumps tag on it. And it wound up selling for $35 over on eBay. Like I said, I got it for $1, and I got so many lowball offers on this thing. I mean, probably 25 maybe, and I just held out. It's a 2009, so it was Y2K. Like I was like, I know what I got. I'm holding out. So sold it for 35. It's going to Stanislav in New York. It's going to be under £1, so we're going to go ahead and ship it straight from eBay. All right, what did I miss? I did 15 listings today so far. Boom, Corbin is on it. 30 on Sunday. Let's go. Corbin, I'm patting you on the back. Good job, dude. That rocks. Not dude, lady, person. Good job, human. I didn't know I always do that. No, Envy. All right. Yo, Gem's here. Do you print packing slips? I don't, Tam. I do send out a thank you for ordering your items on the way message, but I don't do packing slips. I love this message. I made a huge coat, much smaller. Oh, Denise, you did the saran wrap thing, right? It's crazy how much smaller and compact things will get. It works so good. If I missed anything else, guys, I totally apologize. Sold a vintage Disney sweater for $160. Envy. Knuckle bump on that. Dang, that's amazing. Can't find Auto Posture on the App Store. Am I missing something? Corbin, yeah, you just go to your search. Just go to your regular like address bar and just type that in there. Is it important to print the packing slip? I don't think so. Tam, I think it's an older school thing to do. I think back in the day, before it was easy for people to see the price breakdown and all the information in their apps, like before there was even an eBay app, let's say, back in the day, I think it was important because you're shipping an item out. They had no access to see like what the item was, when they ordered it, how much they paid for it. I mean, back in the day, people had to mail checks in, right? So I think it's just an older school way of doing it. Now, if you're still doing that, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I just include, I'm a sticker and a thank you card kind of girl because it's going to accomplish for me what I want, which is please give me a review. Here's a little gift. Thank you so much. So that's me. But like I said, everybody does this business different. So if you like putting those in there, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't even have printer ink in my house anymore. So I don't know how I would do that. Okay, let's see. This is going to be 7 ounces. Let's go ahead and get our specs in here. And then, so 7 by 7 by 1. And guys, I'm sorry for the rough voice today. Like I said, I sung punk rock songs for 3 nights in a row. So I literally like, it is a little scratchy here today. So I hope it doesn't sound too scratchy for you guys. So they paid $6.99 for shipping. We are paying $4.55. So I made back my profit. I paid almost all of my fees just by doing that. And that is why I pad my shipping. I'll never stop doing it because, and if I could do it on every platform, I would, because I can just cover my costs that way. And they still think that they're getting a good deal, which they are, but we're both, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of thing. And I don't know. I like having that little bit of extra. Okay. So this is going to go post office. Next thing we've got, we're still on eBay here. Hoppin' eBay weekend. Okay, what do we got next? What do we have next? Let's see. Yes, you can create a shortcut for sure. What's Vendu? So Corbin, I use a software called Vendu, and what it does is it helps me cross list. So I list all my stuff on eBay first. I import it into Vendu, and then I can really easily import that into Poshmark, Depop, Mercari, all the different platforms. So I'm able to sell that same item on all those different platforms. I really like them. They're easy. That's how my brain works. It works for me. And they have a new tool where you can delist your entire closet and relist it all in one bang, or you can do, things at a time. They have something coming out where it'll just send out auto offers right now. I also have auto posture. I only use the auto posture feature, the inexpensive one that just sends out offers. Once Vendu is able to do that, I'll probably not have my auto posture anymore. Now, that being said, they're both great. Vendu and auto posture are both great. I think it just depends on how your brain works. The back end portion of auto posture, the listing in other places one, isn't necessarily how I think. So I like the way Vendu does it. So you just have to kind of see which one. If you go to the link, my LinkedIn on my bio, go over to it, click on it, and you'll see a little thing that says, want to try out Vendu. I should probably put an auto posture one in there too, because people like different things. And then that way you can click on it. And I think you can get like a free trial or you get a discount or something like that. I can't remember. But sometimes you just got to try different things out and see what you like. So that's me. I'm a Vendu girl currently and probably for the unforeseen future. Okay. Next thing we've got here is something I'm very excited to have leaving my inventory. So my mom, before she left this mortal coil, had a lot of stuff. I had a lot of her old stuff. I've been slowly, that's how I actually got into this, was just selling some of that stuff. And so this is one of the things that's left. It is a 1952 encyclopedia of the world history. So it's a little book. It is nothing crazy fancy. It is heavy, so I hope I put the shipping on here correctly. This thing has been listed for a long time. This is probably one of the first things I listed, and I am not actually kidding. Like, it's been a minute. So I don't know what I have on here for shipping. I hope I even had it listed as media mail, because back when I first started doing this, just like everybody, I didn't know what I was doing. So I messed up a lot. So we're going to hope that we did an okay job on this. So I'm just going to take a little bit of foam and wrap it around. It's a very sturdy book, so I can't imagine it is going to be damaged in shipping, but we will protect it nonetheless. Little plant sticker. You know, some of the stickers are random, but we're going to pop it in here anyway. So I got a little thank you card in that, and we're going to get this all snuggled up. If you sell on Poshmark, does it remove the eBay listing as well, or do you have to remove it yourself? So Corbin, from what I understand, Auto Posher has somehow figured a workaround for the Poshmark thing. I know Vendu is also working on having that, because Vendu is I think newer than Auto Posher, I'm pretty sure. So for what I do, when I sell something on Poshmark, I just go, or if I sell something somewhere else, I just go on Poshmark and change the size of it, and it delists it. Auto Posher may do that automatically right now. I'm not sure. Like I said, different ones have different features. There's a few different ones. Yeah, there's one called Flip. There's also, there's a whole bunch of cross listers, guys. There's so many out there now. I can't even keep track of it. I still don't know what I'm doing most days. Sweetbriar, me and you both. Coley, you're here. Oh gosh, I was hoping you were here a second ago. We were talking about the Beefy sticker. You're not going to believe this, Coley. I actually came across a t-shirt, and the tag, you cannot make this up. I will get it on the next stream. It literally says Beefy. It's got a cow on it, and it is this thick label. So I was just like, oh my gosh. The second I saw it, I was like, oh, Coley's going to love this. Yep, there it is, the Beefy tag. Coley's sticker right there. It is literally the meatiest tag I've ever seen too. So it's so funny. I was like, the second I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to tell her about that. So yeah, really cool. Oh my goodness. Did I miss anything else, guys? I hope I didn't miss anything else. I apologize if I do. Rebecca, what is going on today? Okay, so we just had a little encyclopedia. This thing has been listed for so long, I don't even remember listing it. It definitely has my old background from my old house on it. I just wrapped it up in a little bit of foam. We're going to hope we did media mail on this, because I don't even know if I did. Okay, good. I did. Let's hope we waited, because I may not have done that. Oh, no, we're going to get eaten alive, kids. We're going to get eaten alive, kids. Are we ready to see how much it cost me to ship this book out? Oh, my gosh. How did I do this in the beginning, and how did I make any money? Wait, let me answer that question. I did it badly, and I didn't make any money. Oh, we're about to get destroyed. We are about to get destroyed. Are we ready, friends? Let's see. We're going to get the exact measurements on here so that I don't get eaten alive any more than I'm about to be. So we got 10 by 7 by 3. Oh, guys, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. It's going to be real bad. Oh, gosh. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. My battery did not get charged, so it's being weird. Sorry about that. I didn't mean for it to freeze. I'm here. All right, guys, we're about to get destroyed. Are we ready? Woo! Ooh, yeah, yeah. I didn't even know, you guys, I didn't even know this was still listed. This is probably the 20th item I ever listed. I can tell even by the title because it's so bad. So they paid 463 for shipping. We're paying 613, which is funny because that's my lucky number. The total order value is 1056. So after all the fees are said, I'm gonna have made almost $3 on this. Ah! Everybody raise your hands if you've ever done this. Everybody, come on, let's show the love to the new resellers and let them know even a seasoned reseller still screws up. And I didn't even know that was still listed, you guys. I can't even believe Justin found this in our inventory to bring this out here. Oh my goodness. Well, it was my mama's, so it didn't cost me anything. But holy smokes, yep. Where's the love? Yep. Debbie says, yep. Jennifer, thank goodness the foam is free. Absolutely. Still on the positive, Jen. So I mean, you can't go wrong with that. I've done the other direction. I think I would $20 in the hole one time for something. So I sent out a suit after everything, 452. That Buzz Lightyear, you guys, that I sent out on Posh before the changes and everything. Justin was like, hey, baby, he's like, I just want to let you know of a big, huge Poshmark sale. And I was like, oh, what was it? He goes, do you remember that Buzz Lightyear? I was like, yeah. He's like, guess how much we cleared on that? I was like, oh, no, how much? 3 cents. We made 3 cents. I was like, oh my gosh. That was another one of those like early on listings. $3 is $3, Golden. Absolutely. Hey, Tracy, it'll pay for half a chicken sandwich. You guys know I love my chicken sandwiches. Okay, I will say I did have a chicken sandwich yesterday. I do not need to have one today, but it sounds good. All right, last thing we've got. This is another one that has been listed forever. Now I see why. So this is my listing. Swiss Tech Min Jacket, size S, 34-36, blue full zip, long sleeve fleece outdoor. Like it doesn't even sound like a sentence. It literally sounds not like a sentence. So this has been listed for a long time. I got this at a garage sale for $1. So anything was profit. It wound up selling over on eBay for $20. That's just so funny. That's another one of those. So one little trick when you guys are doing your descriptions, and I learned this from Laura at Wild and Almost Free, is once you get it written out, say it actually out loud. Like actually say what it is that you're selling. So if I were to read this out loud, does this sound like how a human speaks? Because if it doesn't sound like how a human speaks, your brain's going to have a hard time reading it. So you're going to scroll past it, right? Swiss Tech Men Jacket, size S, 34-36, blue full zip long sleeve, fleece outdoor. Whoa, that does not sound like a sentence. A sentence would be Swiss Tech long sleeve blue fleece jacket, men's small outdoor, right? That sounds more like a fluid statement. So don't be afraid while you're listening. And I do this all the time when I'm in this room and I'm listening myself. You know, I'm watching y'all on TT or watching a movie or something or listening to music. And I will literally say the listing out loud to make sure it sounds like a human being is reading it. Because otherwise your brain is like, oh, that's too confusing and scroll past it, which is probably why this thing took 2 years to sell. We need a video on how to avoid this. Tenacious, are you talking about spending or not making enough profit? Or are you talking about the sentences? I missed the whole live. Oh no, Coley, dude, we're just getting started. I had a reseller who lived on my land, had a deep problem, walks away and left everything. Oh, whoa, Corbin, I am overwhelmed with stuff. Hey, you know what? So let's just get a little honest and have a little human moment. So my mom, who was like, and will always be, no matter what, always the most important person to me. You know, she's not with us in human form anymore here, but I like to think she's all around me all the time. So my mom had a hoarding problem for sure. I mean, we literally moved her out of a house one time, and now she's gone. I can say this, but we threw stuff out while she was in between the houses, like delivering stuff, because there was so much stuff and it was covered in so much like rat yuckies and old cat yuckies and stuff. It was not salvageable stuff. And so we got rid of a whole bunch of it. But even afterwards, she still had so much of it. I mean, the garage was so full, there wasn't even a pathway. And so when she was no longer here and I had to go through, towards the end, I had already started going through stuff. She had a couple STROKEs. And because of that, it was easier for her to let go of stuff after that because she didn't remember the emotional attachment to it. And so we would be getting, we got rid of a lot of stuff then, but I still had a lot that I hadn't gotten rid of. And so when she was no longer here, of course, after you get over the grieving situation, you go through all that, you're left with all this stuff, right? And I was so overwhelmed. Because I'm dealing with the emotions of it. And then I'm also dealing with just boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff that hasn't been gone through since like the 80s. I mean, she had her taxes from 1971. Like, so that tells you, or 19, I think it was maybe it was 1972. It was early in the 70s. And it tells you like how old this stuff was. So what I did was decide to just really I made the decision, so little advice. I don't know if this is going to help you or not help you, but I know it helped me, is to really just do like the one thing at a time. So it was like all of this stuff over here doesn't matter. The only thing that matters right now is this box, because that stuff over there, worrying is like a rocking chair. It'll give you something to do, but it won't get you anywhere. So I just didn't look at any of the stuff in the garage and in our garage, her garage, all the garages. I just looked at the one box. I'd get done with the one box and I would celebrate. Awesome. I did it. Yes. Let's go use the restroom, grab something to drink. Great. Another box. And it really saved my sanity because I am definitely a bit spicy up here and I like things to be very like, I eat the same thing for breakfast every day and have for years, and I'll probably never change it because I like things to just be easy like that. Otherwise I get so overwhelmed so easily. I don't do movie theaters because it's too overwhelming for me inside of that. So if that's the case, and that's what you're dealing with is those feelings and those emotions, know that it's totally valid. And my advice to you really would be to just get rid of the rocking chair mentality. Because again, it's not going to get you anywhere. And just that one box at a time. So here is the method where if you guys saw me do that saran wrap, look at how small we got that jacket. That is going to save us a ton on shipping. So I hope that helps. My mom had one too. Yeah. I meant the shipping issue. Oh my gosh, Tenacious. This is literally how my brain works. The shipping issue. Clarify for me again. I'm telling you, this is how quickly things leave. Good advice. You're welcome. I hope that helps. Yeah, you're welcome. We have the same issue since my past in March. We have lots of douchey stuff from the 1960s. Wow. Yeah, Denise, one thing at a time, man. Because those people also don't want you to feel overwhelmed, right? They wouldn't want to know that that's what you're going through. So it's like, let's just kick this one thing at a time, and it's done when it's done, right? There is no end date on the situation. It's not like it's a deadline. That you have to meet. I suppose maybe it could be, but chances are it probably isn't. So if we look at it more like an adventure and a treasure hunt and something fun and go through the box, kind of change the way we're thinking about that. It really can change the expectations we put upon ourselves. And when I started doing that, I started having fun doing it. And I started just taking it one thing at a time. Man, the burden felt way, way, way less crazed. So, all right. This is going to Gregorio, in Texas. So we actually might end up okay on the shipping on this. I don't even know why I did the shipping. This has been listed so long, you guys. Okay, tab 12 by 10 by 1 by 13. Let's make sure that's 12. I was 17 when she had her 20, and I'm 24 now. Oh yeah. Listing camel hunting since it's a season. Oh yes, Corbin. And I do have a couple things I need to remember to list too. Winter is coming. In the words of Jon Snow, I live in the mountains. I don't have 9 to 5 all the time. Perfect. There you go. Time to list. Okay. I'm sorry. I was measuring Wow, my brain is, we are all over the place today. Not that that's any different than any other day, right? Whoa, she's all over the tenacious. And what was the shipping thing again? Oh my gosh. Guys, sometimes it just goes in and it leaves just as quickly. That's why I can watch the same movie 4 times and never remember I watched it. All right, so we're paying $7.54 for this. And they paid, let's take a look here. Let's get this printed out. $7.54, and they paid, what did they pay? $10.15. So we made $3 on this one. And I guarantee you the reason I had $10 for the shipping on this is because this is before I realized that I could saran wrap stuff and get it smaller. So back in the day, I charged more for jackets and stuff because it cost me more. So we made $2 on this, which definitely covered the original investment. And then a little bit of those fees on that. So we probably cleared maybe $17 in profit on that. And I'm just happy to get it out of my inventory. Like I said, it's been in there for a long time. A long, long, long time. Oh, did we do 2? Oh, did I buy this twice? Oh, or did I print twice? Did I buy it twice or print twice? Oh, I'll have to see. Let's see. Just a second. We're giving it a second here. We're giving it a second, people, because I got to figure out what I did here. Did I just hint print twice? I might have. Did I print it twice or did I buy it twice? Is this the same one? 8.8. Nope. All right. So I'm going to put that back on there. We're going to set this to the side, and then I'll figure out which one is correct when I'm done with this. This is what happens. This happens almost every time I ship. I'm like, all right, what adventure things did we do this time? Okay. Is that everything in eBay minus that? Okay. Let's go over to, let's do we'll do Poshmark next since we've already got it here. Okay. Moving right along. Over to Poshmark. Surprised to have gotten sales over there. So, okay. I did not expect that. So that was kind of cool. Oh, did we sell something here? Let's take a look. We might have sold something else here. No, I think we just have a message. Sorry, if I get a message on a platform, I always want to check it. All right, first thing we've got over here on the old Poshy is a pair of shoes. So I picked these up at a sale locally. I got these for $1. These are a pair of 2014 Brooks Ghost 7 running shoes. So I'm going to give you a couple little tips on buying running shoes used. So a couple things you're looking for. Number one, always check anything for dry rot. So we're going to do squeeze, squeeze, twist, twist. And you're looking for any like cracks or bubbles in through here. If you see any of that, do not purchase the shoe. It is literally going to fall apart. You cannot fix dry rot, number one. Number two, with running shoes, you want to make sure that this top flap here is not flapping in the breeze. If it's got a little bit of wear, that's fine because people are literally getting these to run in them and then throw them away. So little bit of wear is fine. You just don't want it flapping in the wind. And that goes for that. And then that also goes for the back section here. The other thing you're looking for is this back tab area. If this back area here is super ripped up, most people that are runners will not get that, will not buy the shoes from you. And the reason they won't buy the shoes and they'll sit in your inventory is because that is why people that run throw their shoes out, is because this gets worn, or this back section gets worn and starts flapping in the breeze. If those things happen and you see that on a pair of shoes, it's probably not worth picking up. If it's free, you could maybe still list them, but the time it's going to take you to clean them and go through all of that, is it really worth it? You got to ask yourself that question. Time is money. So I have passed up on tons and tons of Asics and Brooks and Nike runners. I have passed up on a lot of those just because it has those issues, and I am not trying to sell a pair of shoes that are busted. The reason that we're at the thrift store or garage sale or whatever is because that person is probably a runner and they were getting rid of them because of that reason. So you probably don't want to sell them if that is the case. So let's take a look here. Hey, what's up, Blended Oasis? I'm happy to see you. That saran wrap idea is awesome because I have a beautiful large quilt I want to sell. Oh, Corbin, that's great. That'll work for you. And I got that big stuff from the Smile store. We have the PRIME days coming up here, and you might be able to get that at a discounty. The kind that I use is in the old Link Dinker in the BioYoE. If you're interested in seeing the brand that we got, I bought it in like a bulk last Black Friday, and I mean, I still have like 4 rolls of it. It's going to last me forever. And yeah, it definitely shrinks everything down for sure. And like I said, I use it on the shoes too, just to keep the shoes in place. So yep, so we're just doing our same technique here. I do the triangle method and I go over. Now, I got all of this foam for free locally. Otherwise, it probably would not be cost effective for me to do it this way. However, it's free 99 for me. So it's cheaper than using the paper and it's less weight. You're going to give it Daisy. Going to put a thank you card in there, and we are GTG on that. Let's see what I miss. Yeah, Tenacious, if you said something about the shipping thing again, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh, you guys, I literally, my brain, my favorite band in the entire universe, well, not my favorite's the Descendants, but my third favorite band in the whole world is a band called No Effects, and they did their final 3-day tour this weekend. They will not be playing again. They will not be doing a reunion thing. It is a forever thing. And so I streamed them Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday, and sang like 120 punk songs along with them. So my voice is like, and my brain, I'm not used to staying up that late. Anyone that's in here knows I'm like an early bird. And I was up until like 12:30, 11:30, 12:30 Friday, Saturday, and last night, which for me is just like, I know for most of you it's not late, but for me it is late. So my brain is like still trying to like adjust from all of that. But it was fun and totally worth it. So I only dumpster dive at certain stores get all the bubble wrap for free. Yeah, that's a great idea. I only purchase poly mailers and labels. Boom. Corbin says, I remember No Effects. Yeah, it's the end of the era, man. Ooh, so crazy. I'm in bed by 8 or 8:30 depending on the night. Corbin, you and I. Yeah, I'm going 9 nights. I'm going teepees. All right. Oh, I forgot to put these in a, I always do this with my first Poshmark order of the day. I forget not to put them in a bag, but that's okay. They're in a bag. All right. So we made $21.97 profit on these on Poshmark. They cost me $1. So not bad. Of course, my buyer had to pay a little bit. So I wound up taking an offer for like a $3 off or something like that, just to kind of buffer that, which is great. Like I said, my cost of goods is so low that for me, it's okay to be able to do that, but really be looking at what it is you're spending before you start giving out crazy deals. Make sure you're paying attention to what you're spending, because you don't want to be going in the negative just to get a sale. That would be silly. We don't want to do that. All right, we're gonna grab a little drink of seltzer here. Let's see. All right. Yeah, teepees. We gotta go teepees 9 nights. That's 2. I'm feeling teepees. Okay. And I am gonna look over here on the tubes. John, what is good? What are you selling? I'm on TTS. I'm on TT as well. Made $2. I know, right? John, we are selling a little bit of everything. Mainly clothes and shoes, I would say, is kind of my jam. But every once in a while, there's something else on there for sure. All right, we're going to mark that as shipped. And in the words of the Muppets, moving right along. Okay, what else we got here? Next thing we have on Poshmark is a North Face Maggie fleece zip hoodie. This is just a really classic zip hoodie. North Face, I pretty much almost always pick it up. As long as I'm getting it at garage sales and I'm getting it for a good price. North Face and Columbia are like, those are both brands where the older stuff sells better because the quality was even better. And so a lot of it, like the fleece zip ups with the mock neck, there's so many of them that they're just not as sought after as they used to be. However, depending on what your cost of goods is going to depend on whether or not it's worth picking up. So if I'm at a garage sale and someone wants $1 or $2 for this, I'm going to pick it up because I can sell it over on any platform for anywhere between $20 to $30, just depending on the item. So I'm going to pick those up. But if you're at the thrift store, because you have to remember, thrift stores are kind of hip to the or they think that they're hip to what is popular or what brands are good sellers. So they're always going to mark those few brands up that they think are worth, $1 trillion. And they're not worth that. But in their mind, they're like, oh, it's a Columbia, it's a North Face, it's worth so much, right? So they mark these things up to $14, $15, $16, which leaves the margin or more. It leaves the margin for profit at like zero. And then those things wind up going to the bins. And I think that's why you're seeing more and more things at the bins that have name brands, is because they're unable to sell them. Because like here's what Goodwill doesn't realize and what thrift stores don't realize. And I know I'm preaching to the choir because you guys already know this. But what they don't realize is that if I am putting this North Face hoodie on sale, this is a small, I got to find a person that not only wants North Face, but wants a mock neck. They also are in a size small. They want this and that and this and that and the other. Now, when I'm online, I can market to millions of people that, but in the thrift store, I'm only marketing to the people that are coming in. So the chance of Goodwill or any thrift store finding someone that needs a North Face in that exact color, in that exact style, that wants it exactly like that, the chances for that are low, because it's your margin of people that you're able to market to is so tiny. And I don't know who does the marketing over there for Goodwill and stuff like that. They probably need to look at replacing them, because they're not understanding that what they're asking isn't matching up for the people that are coming in there, or I should say the number of people that are going to be interested in that item that are coming in there. So that's my little rant for the day there on that. That's how I feel, and you just can't change my mind about that. So this is going to Vanessa in Cali. Cali, we're going back to Cali. All right, Vanessa, we are going to get your fantastic little North Face thing put on. One other trick you can do too with Poshmark stuff is you can tape the edges and then just put your label over the middle. Don't waste more tape than you have to. Okay, so this is going to post office here, and we are on to our next item here. Let's mark that as shipped, and we'll go on. Buy low, sell high, baby. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What's your thoughts on buying from a flea market vendor bulk clothing? You know, Corbin, if you can get it for a good deal, I would do it. Just make sure that you check stuff for dry rot and stuff, especially if it's like black dead stock t-shirts and stuff like that, because a lot of people that are at flea markets are buying stuff in bulk otherwise from places, and they are trying to get rid of stuff that may or may not be up to what it should be. Maybe they can't get rid of it somewhere else. Now that's no judgment, because I've gotten stuff from flea markets before that's amazing, but I've also seen stuff at flea markets where I'm like, that person's selling dry rot shoes, that person's selling dry rot shirts. And buying in bulk is great, but I would make sure you're going through the pieces, especially if you're a newer reseller and maybe you're working with a budget. You're like, I can't spend more than this, or I don't want to spend more than that. I would definitely see what you're getting into. But there are some great deals. I did get an amazing deal at a flea market one time on a bulk amount of like Levi's orange tag jeans. I was like, oh my gosh, this is fire. I got 100 boots for $3. Like, so there's definitely good deals that just, be cognizant of what's going on there. Do you know how to read tags on clothes for production dates? Yes, Jenny, absolutely. For most, I would say brands that have it, I can read it. Most of the garage sales this weekend had everything marked super high, saying that's so interesting. Thrifty, I came across that not this last weekend. This last weekend for me was fire. I got everything for super cheap. But I did get some bangers. I did pay up for a few things, like $20 on brand new area boots, and I did pay up for some stuff. But 2 weekends ago, that's what it was like for me. The first like 9 sales I went to, I was like, excuse me, you want how much for a jacket? You want $40 for a used Oakley jacket at a garage sale? Really? Because I don't think anybody's going to roll in here. But those people have the same mentality that Goodwill has, which is, oh, this is worth so much online, so I should be able to get that. It's like, yeah, but you got to find the right person. The person's got to come to the garage sale that wants a men's extra large tan Oakley snowboard jacket with a stain on the right sleeve. Like, that person it's out there, but that person's probably not coming to your garage sale. Lots of jeans, men's, Lee's, Levi's, and other name brands. $5 to $10 per pant, as in per pants, or in a bulk, because I don't pay $5 to $10 for a pair of Levi's. I won't, unless there's some super rare, very, very rare vintage thing. Thrifty, they don't realize online pricing factors in a cost. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. Once forgotten, what is going on? What is good today? Next thing we've got here is a polo Ralph Lauren. If you guys have ever joined me on this channel, you know I sell a ton of these. Polo just always sells. This is not one of the Y2K vintage ones. This is a newer version, but it is a 2XLT. So anytime you see these larger sizes in here, you always want to pick them up if you can, if you're getting them for a good price. And here's why. Brands don't make as many of the larger sizes as they do, like, let's say, a large or an extra large. You start getting into those higher sizes, and they just don't make as many units of that. And so the people that are buying them will usually pay a little bit more. They won't complain about them, or they'll go in and out of your store pretty quickly. So I got this one for $1 at a garage sale. I was asking, I think, 17 or 18 for it, but it sold on Poshmark for 14, and I made $11.73 in profit. So I mean, for $1, great. Now the Y2K ones, I can usually get just a little bit more. There's a lot of these on the market, the newer ones. So whereas the older ones in those bigger sizes are really hard to find. Newer Polo makes more of the XL, the 2XL and the XLT units than they used to, because humans have changed the way that our bodies are. And so they do make more of those now. But back in the day, if you can find those older, like late 90s, early Y2K Ralph Lauren polos, and you can find those in a 2 or 3XL or 2XLT or 3XLT or 3XB, any of those, you can get a little bit more money for them. You can usually get like at least $4 or $5 more. Okay, so we're going to download this label. We're going to get this into a Tyvek because we are on Poshmark, and let's get this shipped out. Who is this going to? This is going to Donald in Sacramento. Donald in Sacramento is getting some really cool waves here. This always reminds me of Kaylee. You know, every time we come across a sticker, I think of you. Misty, what is a good price? Good price for what? You got to clarify on that one. How can you tell if it's vintage Ralph Lauren? Just the tags, Tam. So one thing I would suggest doing is when you start kind of sourcing and trying to learn things, is if you go and you search like Ralph Lauren Polo tags through the years, you can start to get kind of a metric for them there. And then also the feel of it. So the feel of the tag is going to be lighter weight than the old ones. And then the sound of it. Like the sound of this one is going to be super a lightweight one, but you go to one of these older ones, they have like a thunk, thunk, thunk sound. This one, I'll just take it out for a second so you can hear it, because I think this is good to learn. Listen to the difference. Ready? So this is a newer one. Listen. Treble, right? Sounds like ding, ding, tink. Older. Boom, 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 boom. So sometimes just listening to that will tell you. Don't be ashamed or weirded out to do that in the thrift store. I do it at garage sales all the time. People probably look at me like I'm insane, but you know what? Opinions are like armpits. Everyone has them and they generally stink. So I got no problem. Coley, wasn't that you that was saying that you were at the store, like listening to clothes or something, I think? Yeah, I went to Goodwill to investigate tags. There you go. And that's a good tip too. You guys, this is millionaire school, just like any other business, right? You got to start in kindergarten, you're making 2 cents. You got to go all the way through high school. Maybe you go to graduate school. You put in the time and it just happens. What do they say? 10,000 hours to be an expert on anything. Yes, it's heavier. Yeah. And that is, the material will be heavier. The sound will be deeper on the older stuff. The tags will be heavier. The whole thing just feels like the quality of it is just so totally and completely different. It just feels different and you get the feel for that. Croc says laugh. Hey, ATX. All right, this one's going to priority mail here. So we're going to go into our post office bag here and move right along. Okay, what do we got next? Mark as shipped. Next thing we've got on Poshmark is, we got some camo gear here. So picked this up at a garage sale 2 weekends ago. It was a community sale. This is a 1990s camo gear made in the USA. Little hunting button up. I thought this was going to go really, 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 really fast. And maybe it's just because we're just starting to get into the season. I just, for some reason, thought it was going to go faster than it did. It ended up going, it took like, I don't know, what was that? Like almost 2 weeks to sell, which I was just surprised about. But so here's our little camel guy. This says, "The mountains are calling, I must go." I think that's a perfect sticker for this. So I love when I can find like a sticker that feels like it fits in with the theme. So yeah, so like I said, we got this for a buck at a garage sale. It was on the ground, tangled up in a bunch of hangers. So I just untangled all the hangers and I was like, oh, that's a vintage made in the USA shirt here. Hey, someone else that came didn't want to have to go through the hangers to deal with it. I'll go through the hangers all day, baby. I will rifle through stuff. I'll be tearing a box up. I'll get down on my knees and next to a box at a garage sale and go through it. I got no shame in this game, baby. I don't mind getting down and dirty. I was raised a tomboy, so I got no problems getting a little scuff on my knees to be able to go through the boxes. Plus, for me, it's like treasure hunting, and I feel like a pirate, and it makes me very excited. Okay, so this sold for 18 bucks over on the old Posh, and so we made $15, so $14 in profit after our $1 investment. Okay, let's go ahead and download the label here. And did I miss anything? That made sense to me to go check out a big selection of fabric and tags all at one time. Chloe, that is really smart, actually. I just picked up some men's 3XL Gymshark shirts. Nice. How do we feel about those at $5? It depends on the print. So one, what are Gymshark shorts going for right now? Because now we're headed into, you guys got to remember this stuff is seasonal. Now, that being said, you'll sell shorts all year round because you got people like me that are down in Texas and we're sweaty. You just don't have as many people to market to this time of year. So if you do get them, just make sure in your keywords you put cruise, vacation, tropical, holiday, put that stuff in there because people do go to warm areas too for like vacationing for holidays. So you want to put those keywords in there. What I would do is I'd go in and just kind of see don't go into product research and look and see what they've sold for over the last 90 days because that's not going to give you a good metric because that was summertime. What I would do is I'd go into solds, see what a pair has sold for, if you can find ones in the last couple of weeks, and that'll give you a little bit better metric. Remember when you guys are doing that product research and you're looking on TerraPeak or you're looking on product research, you're looking on sold comps, remember to look at the dates that stuff sold on. Because what a pair of shorts will sell for in July and what a pair of shorts will sell for in November or December are two very different things. Lou, good to see you here. Mama Sophia, hello. Where do you put the keywords in eBay? So if you can fit one or two in the description or in the title, that's great. But all mine go into the description at the very, very, very bottom of everything. So if you go over to my eBay, which is just nice comps, if you go into any listing, as long as you don't manage to find one of the really ancient old ones I'm still fixing, most of them will have those keywords at the very bottom of them. Because I didn't used to do keywords. That's something kind of new to me. So this is going to Jordan in North Carolina. Raise your head. Shake your on your head like a helicopter. It has to happen. It has to happen every time. And the words are never going to be correct. And that's okay, right? All right. Because in the words of Popeye, I am what I am. Sweet pea. All right. Going over to... Ooh, we're getting full. Bags are getting full. All right. Next up on Poshmark is, we got to mark that as shipped. And then let's go to our next item on Poshmark. We actually sold way more on Poshmark than I expected to sell. So this is a pair of Urban Star dark wash relaxed straight leg jeans. I don't even remember these. What are these? Oh, these are new with tags. I don't even remember these, you guys. So these have been listed a while. Now, here's what we're going to see. I bet you, because these have been listed so long, I would almost put a WAGER on the fact that these are probably have no keywords, which is probably why it took so long for them to sell. Let's take a look. Let's look at the listing together. So we're going to look at it, and then I'm going to tell you what I would have done differently. Let's see if I can find these. I'm going to have to look over here. We are going to look here. We're going to take a second because I think that this is such an important lesson. And if I can teach you guys the wrong stuff I've done, then I can help you guys in the future to not make the same mistakes I have made. Okay, so I guarantee you there are no keywords in here. Let's take a look. So my title's wonky for sure. It doesn't sound like something that someone would say. We had a couple. Yeah, we only had a couple keywords in here. So now what I would have said in these was like rock, Western, rock and roll, cowboy, rodeo, date night, country boy. I probably would have put like thick stitch. There's just so many things I would have put in there now, which is probably why these took a while to sell, because Urban Star is not like a well-known brand. So therefore your keywords are going to be what really makes a difference. These wound up selling for $22. Our net earnings is $18.23. I got them for $1, so it's fine. But had I had keywords in these, I probably would have sold them without needing to have an offer on them, and I probably would have sold them way faster. They have definitely been listed for a while. I'm packing and listening, says Arizona. That's what I'm talking about, baby. God's in the house. What's up? Okay, we're still on Poshmark here, but we're about to move on to another platform. So we're going to push down these edges here, and then we're going to take a look at the next platform here. Let's get our thing downloaded. We definitely got some stuff going out today. And I got some work to make up for today, folks. I'm not gonna lie on this one. I definitely didn't do as much this weekend as I wanted to. You know, I did that crazy amount of garage selling on Saturday. We did that almost 3-hour live to sort everything because we got so much stuff. And then I had that little concert on Saturday night. And then Sunday, we did family day. And I like to watch gamers streaming. So I watch other people play video games. And so there's this guy that I really like. He's a streamer. His name's Distortion or Dist. And he was live streaming the remake of Silent Hill, which is an older game, or I think it's Silent Hill 2 remake. And so I watched him yesterday. I managed to get like a couple things delisted and relisted, but not much. So I definitely needed to take it and get it in gear today so that I don't get myself out of the algorithms because I've been riding that wave. So let's take a look. Is that everything? Shipped, and shipped. Okay, cool. All right, let's head over to, let's do Mercari, which I don't have pulled up yet, but I can do that real quick here. And we'll see what we see. Q4 list. Yeah, you got it, Arizona. And I got so much work to make up for today because, like I said, I definitely took yesterday for myself, and Justin and I did the fam thing and watched video games, ate cheeseburgers and chicken sandwiches, and then I had that concert last night as well. So 3 nights of concerts will definitely slow your roll. I still got great sleep and everything. But it still takes that time, you know. Okay, seller dashboard. Let's see what we've got here. 6 orders in progress. Some of those are probably waiting ratings. All right, what do we got? Okay, so first thing we've got let's get rid of this bucket and move on to the next bucket. Holy guacamole, folks. Holy guacamole, folks. All right, Iron Flex cargo shorts. These, I even picked up more of these this weekend. These always sell for me, even in the winter months. So this is what they look like. They either have the orange label inside or they have a blue and black label. These shorts always sell for me because they are a flexible waist for guys, and they help to keep the shorts up. So for dudes that have a hard time, or ladies or whoever has a hard time keeping their shorts up where they kind of like, you know, go down, or let's say they're working and the back goes down and you see the plumber situation in the back. These kind of shorts work really good for those. So people that buy these are always looking for these. However, they're not crazy expensive sales. So you need to make sure you're getting them for a discount. Now, here's what I find. Normally, when I go to a sale, a dude that likes this brand buys this brand and buys this brand in the same size. So you'll often find 2 or 3 pairs of black ones in this same exact cargo shorts, a pair of tan or cream, maybe a pair of like a gray pair or something. They'll all be the same size. You can get all of them for less than $1 piece, usually if you do like a bulk buy from somebody at a garage sale, because they're usually only like anywhere between like a $10 to $15 flip. However, I only had 1 pair of these. Otherwise, I would have put them in a bundle. But I just went to a garage sale on Saturday, and I think you guys remember we had some of these on the stream. So I think I got maybe 2 or 3 pairs of these. They were all in the same size from this garage sale. I got them each for like, I think 50 cents a piece. And so I will just put them all together as a bundle and sell them as a bundle. And that works really well for me because then the person only has to pay shipping on it once. And like I said, guys that like these just like to buy 2 or 3 pairs of them because they just know that these are the pants, the shorts that work for them. Guys are a little different than women typically, or I shouldn't say guys and women. I should say people that like more of the male centric clothing, which is me. I mean, I wear all guy stuff mainly. We know what we like. We know what size fits us, and we'll just buy the same thing. Like I know exactly what pair of jeans will work for me at Target. I know exactly what size Dickies shorts I wear. I literally know exactly what works for me. And people that dress kind of like I do, whether you're, whatever you identify as, you're going to buy the same thing over and over. So if you can get that bulk buy. So when you are at garage sales or you're at thrift stores, if you're going to buy something like that, really consider buying 2 or 3 of them and then putting them together. You're also saving time listing, so you're making more money. K-Rock says, I always pass on them. Yeah, pass if you're spending more than $2, pass. But if there's 3 or 4 of them and you can get them each for $2 to $3 max, then that's a good deal. Any more than that, don't get them because they're not expensive shorts. It's just that they are tried and true, trusty, will not fall off. Hi, I'm new. Should I list measurements in the descriptions, pictures? Both, Rebecca. And that's such a good question. And here is why. Let me get to this item here. So we talk a little bit about this on the stream. And here's how it goes. There are 2 different kinds of learners in the world. Well, technically there's 3. There are cognitive learners, there are kinesthetic learners, and there are hybrid learners. So a kinesthetic learner is someone that needs to see it, feel it, touch it, smell it, and look at it, right? That is their thing. These are the people that are going to look at your photos, and they're going to look at your photos for measurements. They ain't reading your description. They don't care about your disclaimer. They ain't reading nothing. They just want the photos and they want the measurements in the photos. That's me. The cognitive learner is someone that doesn't really care so much about the pictures. They want the facts and only the facts, ma'am. So they're going to go down into the description and they're going to look for the measurements in there. They're probably going to skim through your photos. They might not even really look at all of them. These are your analytical people, your dissectors, your people that want to get down to the nitty gritty. That is my husband. And so you will find a lot of people date the opposite because that's what works in a relationship, right? A kinesthetic learner and a cognitive learner. Now, there are those hybrids. It's a small percentage of the population that are really good with either of those things. They can read sheet music easily. They can listen and pick up a tune easily. Their brain works both ways. So if you're only putting that in one part, if you're only putting the measurements up here in a picture, or you're only listing them down below or in the item specifics, you're literally canceling out almost 50% of the population of potential buyers. So if I were you, and I'm not you, but if I were you, I would definitely put them both places. Most of my old listings that don't have it in both places have been sitting there forever and sitting for a reason. My new stuff, you guys see how much stuff we're shipping out today. That stuff I've even listed in the last month or 2 months tops since I started doing both of those. So my turnover rate for stuff is just way higher now because I'm putting it in both places. I got a dispute on eBay. Buyer sent me an offer, label printed but not mailed. I'm not sure what that means, Stephanie. That's interesting. What is the name of the brand? Just Iron Flex. If you just look on the waistband, Iron Flex. Like I said, only if you're getting it for cheap. Same thing with Dickies. Only if you're getting them cheap. When you delist and relist, are you taking new pictures? No, but some of my old pictures are busted and I probably need to. Usually it's not always the pictures. I mean, it can be. If your pictures are not light, bright, and out of sight and the color looks askew or it's blurry or something, then yeah, you should probably redo them. But a lot of times it's the title. It has to do with the search engine. If the search engine can't find your stuff to advertise it to someone, you think no one's interested in the item, but really all it is the search engine doesn't know how to find it, right? So if your title doesn't have the right stuff, or your description doesn't have the right stuff, or your item specifics and you don't have keywords and stuff, the SEO doesn't know. It can't find you. You're just lost in the sauce, right? So a lot of times it's that. It's not always the pictures, but it can be the pictures. Thank you. I have some work to do. Hey, Rebecca, no worries. We all start. I'm going back through old listings myself right now too. I printed the label out, but I didn't mail it. They wanted their money back. So I would reach out, Stephanie. That's a weird one. I haven't come across that exact thing. I would reach out to eBay for business. So on FB, if you go into eBay for business, they will actually speak to you there through messages. So go in there, they'll ask you to verify your account, you verify your account, and then you can go in and ask them what to do. That's what I would do if I were you, because I have not had that happen to me before. And I don't want to give out advice if I haven't had it happen, because I don't want to accidentally steer you in the wrong direction. Okay, so that is that item on Mercari. We're going to mark that as sent, and we're going to move to the next thing here. Okay, next one we've got on Mercari, and I'm going to pop over to the tubes. Zachariah says, love the LRG shirt. Slept a shirt, a slept on brand and pioneer of streetwear. You know what's funny too, Zachariah, about the LRG is I am finding it at garage sales, because it was so hot and popular between like 2010 and like 2014, 15. It was such a, like, everybody was wearing it. And that's when this one's from. This is like a post Y2K. And I think it's going to come back around, because I'm finding it at yard sales, and people are starting to consider it like a retro kind of brand, not as old as like Quicksilver or something, but kind of in that like range, that like PacSun era of these kind of shirts. And so I've been picking them up, and I've been picking them up for like 50 cents. This one I've had since back then. And it's still crisp, because I literally turn all of my shirts inside out when I wash and dry them. But thank you for the compliment. LRG, definitely a snoozed on brand. And I have a feeling about trends. I've always been like this. My mom used to call me like the little trendsetter, because she's like, you just always know what's going to be popular. And my brain just works like that. For some reason, I just got to feel it. I got an LRG feeling. So guys, keep your eyes out for these. You'll usually know they'll have a collar tag here or a woven tag at the bottom. And then obviously some of them are going to have a screen print. This is like an early screen print. Some of them are going to have tag. So don't sleep on that. Oh, Slurve, truth. Hey. Okay. Let's get back over to Mercari and see what we've got over here too. What is our next item over here? All right. We've got a 2006 Campus Drive Washington State Cougars sweatshirt. This is a new with tag item. I listed it at the beginning of summer. I had a feeling it was going to take a while to sell, because it was summertime, and we had to wait for football season to start. I'll show you guys what this looks like, because I don't want to take it out of the bag here, but I will show you what it looks like, because that's half the fun, right? I mean, goodness, we gotta show you guys what it is. Let's see. Okay, so this is what this looks like. It is a little hoodie, and it's new with tags. It's got the little logo on it. It's got the kangaroo pocket in the front, nice little hood. That is how I photograph my hoods. I just hang it back here on our board, and I put the hood up, and then I just put the hanger over it. That way people can see that it's hooded. Otherwise, it's really hard to tell if something is a hooded or not hooded sweatshirt. And so this thing I got for $1 at a yard sale last summer. I just hadn't gotten to listing it. And then it sold over on Mercari. I was asking 32. It sold for 27. So I'm happy. There's no fees or anything over there. And let's get this packaged up. We will get it sent off to its new person that it belongs to. No more eBay for business. What are you talking about? It's called just eBay now, right? I just have them in my save. Let's see, I'll show you what it looks like. I will show you guys what it looks like. So if you just go in there, you'll be able to talk to them. Now you want to make sure that it's got the little, let's see, make sure there's no sensitive info. Okay. You want to make sure that it's got the little check mark if you're talking to them. If it doesn't have the check mark, then it is not eBay. Do not speak to them because that is not real. So that's how I do all of my communication is through FB. I do not do phone or email or any of that kind of stuff. You're welcome, Stephanie. I hope you get that figured out. I'm sorry that you're dealing with that. You can cancel label if they literally bought and then canceled. Yes, I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to offer advice. I'm like, I just don't know. But you guys might. Nurse 20 sales this weekend. Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Nurses in the house. Ooh, Southern. We were chatting about you. You weren't in here. I don't remember what I was saying, but something. Hey, I'm happy to see you. What were we talking about? And I was like, oh, if Southern was here. I don't even know. I don't remember, guys. That's how quickly the information comes and goes from the thing that rattles around up here. The pink squishiness that is my mind. My mind and my body. All right, let's get this printed out here. We're going to make sure we were okay on the label. I probably did up to 5 pounds, yeah. So Mercari, I don't know. People have to pay an extra $1 if they buy something from me on Mercari versus other people probably, because I literally go high on the shipping on this because I don't want to deal with them telling me that I didn't put enough shipping on it and charge me or something like that. So yeah, pay $1 more over on Mercari if you're buying something from me probably, but you're going to get a nice sticker with it. All right, this is going UPS. Let's get this in our UPS bag. And then that might be it for Mercari. Let's take a look here. Let's mark that, confirm that as sent. Woo, we are still shipping, guys. We are still shipping. We're getting there. We're in the ballpark. Let's take a look here. What do we got? Is that everything on Mercari? Where did you say the keywords go on eBay? I put mine in the very, very bottom. So in my description, Sophie, I have the title in my description because it's good to have your title 2 places so SEO can catch it. Then I do a little blurb about the item. I do the measurements, and then I do my little disclaimer that's like, please look at the photos. You know, I don't take clothes back, so check your measurements. Quick ship from Texas. It says all that stuff at the very bottom underneath that. If you go over to my eBay, Sophie, it's just nice comps. It's just like my name. If you go over there and look at anything, you'll see where I put it, and I'll give you a better idea. Yes, thank you, Thrifty, for answering that too. I appreciate that. Thrifty is always here to help, which is amazing. Okay, let's take a look here. Okay, perfect. We are going over to a Depop. Let's see what we've got. Did we wind up selling that item? Did they take that offer? Let's take a look here. It doesn't look like yet. Okay, all right. Moving over to Depop. Here we go. Now, Depop for me is usually my biggest seller. The last week and a half, eBay has been beating them out, which is really interesting. No complaints from this girl. I mean, either place I'm happy to sell. So, all right, first place we've got here is, it also could have to do with what I'm listing right now. I've been doing a lot of bread and butter listing, a lot of bread and butter pants, a lot of more preppy styles, which usually sells them on eBay more for me. Okay, so this is a little Harley Davidson. It's got a embroidered back. And as you can see here, it's got the embroidered back. This is Harley Davidson. It's a really pretty, it's like a brick red almost. Really cool shirt. So this sold for, I think I was asking 32 on it, and it sold for, I think, 28, if I'm not mistaken. And I do all of my Depop shipping over in, no, so sold for 23, looks like 23, I think. I do all my Depop shipping in Pirate Ship. Now, you don't have to do that. You can ship straight from Depop. The reason I don't is because I can make a little extra money on the shipping if I ship outside of Depop. So I always pad my shipping a little bit. It helps cover the fact that I do bundle deals. It helps cover the fact that I run a 10 to 15% off sale in my store. It covers my original investment, which is usually around $1. So I kind of try to cushion that a little bit. So they're getting a happy camper sticker here. And anything that's flannel like this, I mean, are you kidding me? It's going to sell. So we're going to pop this in here. This is going to Olivia in California. And I'm just going to double check the address here because Pirate Ship every once in a while will put it in a weird thing. Looks good. All right, we're going to get this bundled up here and good to go. Sophie, you are so welcome. Yes, and thank you, Thrifty, too, for helping. Seriously, you are always an amazing team player. What part of Texas? I am south of Austin, so I'm kind of in the more bottomy area of not as far as like Houston or San Antonio or anything like that. Okay, so let's take a look here at what we got for packaging. So we got 10 ounces. It looks like our length is going to be 9 by 6. And then our weight is 0 and 10. And then let's take a look at what our shipping is. So we are going to pay, thanks for the hearts to you guys. We're getting close to 10K, which is always the goal that TT wants you to try to meet on these. Okay, so we got $5.31 for UPS Ground Saver. By that, oh, I'm seeing the hearts. Thanks, Noah. Love that your outfit matches the hair. Oh my God, I didn't even notice that. It totally does. They're literally the same color, aren't they? Oh, that's funny. You know what's fun? I've had bright colored hair for so many years of my life. It's always been bright. I haven't had like a normal hair color since I was like 14 years old. So I just even forget that this is like a different color. I just don't even think about it when I go to get dressed because I just put on whatever I put on. I realized this and these matched, but I didn't think about my hair. What was that jacket too? We found a jacket at a garage sale we showed on Saturday on the live, and it was like literally the same color as my hair. It's so funny. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and print this label and get this off to Miss Olivia in Cali, going back to, and we're gonna do fit to paper and print this sucker out. Here we go. All right. We're getting there, kids. We're getting there, folks. All right. Next up is going to be a Nurse. You and I might have wound up with the same amount of things this weekend. I think we're going to both be about the same number. Okay. We're going to put this over into depoppers and mark as shipped. And that's a nice little profit on that one. Not bad for a buck at a garage sale. Can't go wrong with that, right? And mark item as shipped. Okay, next thing we've got here is a pair of jeans, it looks like. So this is going to be a Levi's. You know that one of our lives isn't official until we've at least sold one pair of Levi's. So these feel a little older. Let's see, what year were these? Yeah, these are 2008. So these are a 517, which 517s are really great right now because they are a boot cut. And that like boot cut or that extra little bit of flare is really popular. If you can find 569s right now, those are really big too because those are loose for the thighs. So anything baggy, loose, boot cut, flared, that's all really, really hot right now. Pick these up for a buck at a garage sale. They sold for 15 over on Depop. If these had sold on eBay, it probably would have been closer to like 17.50, 18, maybe, because I've got fees over there. But on Depop, my fee is literally like, what was our fee on this? $1, I think, probably. Yeah, $1.30, and then a little over $1 for a boosting fee. So my total fees in this are $2.88, which for me is not much. And I spent $1 on these, so I am $3.80 in. We made for a total profit after we buy the label of probably $13, probably, because I've had my shipping. So probably made $13 in profit on these, which is not bad. That's about standard for me on Levi's. Now, some people would have sold these for like more like 23 or something. I just don't hold out for stuff. I literally just want to like turn and burn things. I do not want to have things just dawdling in my store. So if I take an offer or I sell something for $2 or $3 less, I'm still my ROI, my return on my investment is so high because my cost of goods is so low that it just makes sense for me. So if you're a garage sailor, you know, I think you can wheel and deal that a little bit more. Now, if you're picking up stuff at thrift store, or like, you know, secondhand store or whatever, always be thinking like, you know, you want to make sure you're not dipping into your profits. So you got to, you know, price that accordingly for sure. And it'll all definitely sell. I'm one of the only people that I know that only sources from garage sales. So there's millions of successful resellers out there that are doing this via thrift stores. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, let's get this copied, address copied, and move over to the old pirate ship. Yarg! What are we doing over there today, matey? We're shipping some jeans. Oh, you're always shipping jeans over there. All right, these are going to Kyle in Missouri, and we're going to do a poly bag. That's going to be 12 by 9 by 1 pound, 14 ounces. Yeah, you always know that they're like a 2008 jean when they're that heavy. Otherwise, if they were newer, it would be like 1 pound, 5 ounces. That just tells you how much more material is in the old beefier ones. So we're paying $6.82 for shipping. They paid $8.50, so we made close to $2 on that. So like I said, that $2 helps cover my boosting fee, my depop payment fee, or it can pay for the extra dollar. So really, these entire jeans cost me $1.25 in fees and the cost of goods because I've had my shipping. So I think that's why padding the shipping is so important if you are going to wheel and deal with discounts and percentages off and all of that. You need to make sure that you're padding that shipping a little bit to make up for it. Otherwise, you're going to eat into your profits, and then you're going to look at what your return on investment is or your ROI, and you're going to be really upset. So nothing wrong with padding, just a little bit. The person doesn't think like, oh man, I got to pay $1 more for shipping on this. Oh, because they're just looking at that original price, and they're like, oh wow, this person's is less expensive than the other person's. I'd rather get these, right? It's our minds think that way. We're always looking for a deal, or at least I know I am. Man, I am the queen of the deal. If I'm not getting it at a garage sale, I'm probably not going to wear it. So let's see. I bought a pair of shorts full price new this summer for the water park because I need an emergency pair of shorts. And it's the first time I have bought something out of an actual store, like going into a store in the mall in probably literally years. Like it was so weird going in and buying something like that. Okay, so copy. I'd rather be supporting my fellow resellers or getting it at a garage sale at a discount for sure. Anybody else out there like to buy stuff on discount? Anybody out there like to buy things full price? I guess that's the question, right? Not me. The world has become too expensive for that. And I am not a brain surgeon making $150,000 or $200,000 a year, or whatever they make, some crazy amount. Okay. Next up, we've got here a little bread and butter item, little Hawaiian shirt. This is a Jamaica Jacks. You'll find these all over the place. I usually pick them up because they're $1. Now, if you're getting these and buying these for like $5 or $6, your margin for making money on these is not going to be very much. So we're also headed into winter. However, on all of your summer stuff that's popular tip. I'm not you, but if I were you, this is what I'd be doing. I would be going back through your listings of stuff that was like summer wear that you haven't sold. So Hawaiian shirts, board shorts, swimsuits, swim cover-ups, anything that really screams summer. I would be going back into those listings and go into your keywords in your description and put cruise, vacation, winter holiday, dadcore, momcore, snowbird. Snowbird is also a really good one because you got a lot of people that are up in or that live, for the summer months up north, and then they come down south for the summer. You got all of your like snowbirds in Arizona and Florida and all that kind of stuff. And then you also have people that are going on cruises and going to tropical places, on the other side of the world where it's going to be better weather than it's going to be over here for winter time. So you just got to kind of change that metric a little bit because there's going to be so many resellers that don't think about doing that. And the search engine's going to find that. Think about some guy that's like, oh man, my wife's been nagging me for 2 weeks to get clothes for the cruise. The last time I went, I was sweaty. Right, exactly. Breathable Hawaiian shirt for a cruise is what that dude is going to type in. Or that woman's going to be like, bathing suit for winter cruise to Bahamas or something. Like, what are these people going to be typing in is what I always think. And that's going to help you with doing your keywords and get that stuff sold that normally would just sit there for the whole winter. I got a huge lot of designer women's clothes, 450 pieces for 85 bucks. Noah's best grandma. That is what I'm talking about. That deserves a knuckle boom. Bam, that's amazing. That's crazy. Hey, Frenchie, what's going on? Yeah, I know. Even the shirt, we were just talking about that. I literally didn't even realize that this matches this until you guys brought it up. That's so funny. Yes, bins, yard sales, or helping a fellow reseller. Bailey, that's what I'm talking about. Me and you. Hit a good yard sale Sunday, was happy with the clothes she had, and got a bag rate. Boom, Marie, yes. What size are the plastic bags you use on your LinkedInketer? So these ones, for the clear ones, these are 9 by 12. And then the larger sizes that we use for like jeans and sweaters, these are 14 by 11. So these are the Spartan brand, 9 by 12, 14 by 11. And then on the poly bags, I use 4 different sizes, 12 by 9. Then the next size up is what we use for jeans. And these are the 15 by 12s. And then the next one is 19 by 14.5 and 24 by 24. So I use the 12 by 9s and the 15 by 12s the most. So 9 by 12, 12 by 15, 9 by 12, 12 by 15, 9 by 12, 12 by 15. Those are the ones I use the most, but I do like having the other sizes for like jackets, shoes, and stuff like that. So let's get this wrapped up. Super cute little sticker here, and we will get this sent off to our Depop person. So I paid $1 for this, and I may have even paid less. A lot of times at these garage sales where I get a lot of these Hawaiian shirts, the dude will have like 15 of them up. And I'm like, how much are your shirts? They're like $1 a piece. I'm like, hey, I was thinking if I put all these together in a bunch, will maybe give me like a little bit of a discount. How does that sound? And they'll usually say, yeah, that sounds good. And I'll say, awesome. So a lot of times I'll wind up getting these for like, 50 cents or something because they're willing to do a little bundle deal. Now, here's a little trick for you guys too when you're headed to garage sales. And I don't know if we've talked about this really before on this stream, but we talk about something called the pregnant pause. So when you're making a deal with someone, and let's say you're negotiating for this tape measure, and the person says, you say, how much are you looking to get for this tape measure? And they're like, oh, I was thinking about $5. Now in your head, you're like, well, I'm not paying $5 for that, right? And you're like, okay. Give it a second, kind of think about it. You see that they know that you're thinking. You're like, well, I'm thinking I could do like maybe like $2 on it, and then be quiet. Don't say anything. You just let this like pregnant pause happen of like total silence, because they're calculating in their head. They're thinking about what they spent on it, how emotionally and financially attached they are to it, the time that they measured their kid's bunk bed with it. And all these things are going through the noggin, right? If you speak, he or she that speaks first loses, okay? So if you cannot say anything and let them think of it and just stand there in all of its awkward glory, they will usually come back and either say, okay, I can do that. Or they'll say, how about 3? And then that's on you now to decide. Or they'll say, I can't do that. And you just put it down. And then you look at other things, because what will happen at the end is either they will still not want to sell it, especially if it's their special item at the garage sale and they don't really want to sell it because they're emotionally, physically, and memory attached to it. Or they'll say, you know what? If you want to get that for $2, it's fine. So he or she that talks first loses. You have never had a complaint about shoes being mailed in a poly mail? No, Sophie, I literally have sent hundreds of shoes, and I have always done poly mailers. Like I said, I will do boxes for really nice women's dress shoes, high heels, 100% non-negotiable, or any pair that's over $100 or close to $100. Otherwise, what's the point? Master negotiator here approves this message. LOL, it's stamped. Does it help to set it down and wait and walk away? Yeah, absolutely. And then you know what? If somebody else comes along and buys it, then it wasn't meant to be, right? But if If you give it time to breathe, they get to decide whether or not they want to get rid of it. Okay, let's see. We got a question here. Bryson says, is anyone else not able to scan barcodes when creating a listing on the app? I can no longer scan and choose existing listings as a template. That's interesting. So Bryson, to answer that question, I only use the scan feature on eBay just to get like a sold comp idea. I don't think I guess I have used it before to like be able to like do a sell similar, because you just scan it, it'll pop up, and then you can go into any of the listings that are there and do sell similar. That's normally how I do it. If you do it a different way, then I've never done it that way before. Have you also tried doing and I'm sure you have, but have you tried doing like the uninstall and reinstall just in case? Because I know eBay did have a whole bunch of updates that they did recently. I mainly sell car parts, so it's always easier to use existing listings. Yeah, that's really interesting. So I do that and have done that quite a few times for new things where I just scan like it. Let's say it's a brand new puzzle or something. I'll scan the barcode and then it pops up what it is. And then I just go into one of those listings and go into sell similar. So that's how I do it. That's how I've always done it. Now, if that has changed and they don't have that now, that is quite possible because I haven't done that with anything in a minute. But I know the barcode is still working because I just scanned a Simpsons puzzle that was new in box I got this weekend. That's interesting. I'll have to keep my eye out for that. Anybody else know the answer to that? Yeah, try that, Bryson. Yeah. Okay, Sophie, good to see you. Good to see you. All right, what are we at here? What are we doing? I don't even remember. Okay, we're over on depop. This is a life when your brain is spicy. You think of things, and then this something goes away, and you think of something else all the time. All right, going over to pirate ship here. What do we got? What's in the bag? We got our Hawaiian shirt here. This is going to Joshua and Callie. Got a lot of Californias today. Fun fact, I looked up to see where I ship the most items to, and California actually is the place I ship the most items to, which is really interesting. And it beat it by like, yes, California's a large state, a long state, I get it, but it beat Texas, and we're a big state. Beat Florida, they're a pretty long state. And Cali beat it by like a huge percentage. So I don't know if any of you guys have noticed that too. I just thought that was interesting. So we got 8x8, and we've got 0, and we got 9 ounces. Let's take a look and see what our shipping rate is on this shirt. So this is our Jamaica Jacks, paid $1. They paid, let's see what they paid for shipping. They paid $6.99 for shipping, and we're paying $5.54. So $1.50 on that. So it covers my original cost of the item, which was $1. So that's covered. Now we got 44 cents to work with, which is going to help pay for the depop fee and the boosting fee because I boost everything. So we are looking at a total of profit of $9.80. So a huge banger. Nope. But $9.80. That $9 is going to buy me 9 other things at garage sales, which is going to help make me $20 or $30 on each of those items. And that's how I always think about it. Like that $9 is going to go and get reinvested. Okay, let's take a look here and see what we have. We got to print that out. Gas is high here. People don't like to drive to shop. Oh, moms, that's a really good point, actually. Super good point. Thank you for pointing that out. Nice, Shandon, thank you. I think I sell to Florida the most, but I'm closer to the East Coast. That makes sense, Jen. That could be. Did almost 3K in sales this weekend. Whoa, Arizona, let's go. What were you selling? Holy cow. We have good style in Cali. Yeah, you guys like the vintage there. Yeah, sounds like it's going for full time, worth going full time. Heck yeah. Dude, that's amazing. What did you wind up selling this week? What was give us ideas on what you sold. So that we can pass that knowledge and love around. All right, let's see. Get our label here. And then what else do we have? We might be at the end. We did just get a message. So we're going to take a look here and see if it was an offer. I heard my little message thing go off. Oh, someone's boots were on their way and they don't see them. Let me know. Okay, we'll have to track that. All right, that's going on the to-do list. Respond to offer. I don't even know if I still have this. Hey, babe. can you look and see if we still have that Lion King thing that someone made an offer on? It's on eBay. It's like a little plush. I closed out most of my plush, so I don't even know if I still have that. So we'll look at that. All right. Do we sell anything else in the meantime? Anywhere else? I always look before I get off with you guys because you just never know. Don't see anything there. Anything else on Posh? Let's take a look here. Nope. I think we're good. Is that everything? Oh, we got to put the tracking on that for Depop. Let's see. Get that on there. That was UPS. Paste. That is an address. That's not a tracking number, so that's not going to work. Going back over here. All right, let's paste that in there. Mark item as shipped. All right, so how many did we wind up selling? So one of these labels on here is going on a bag. I think I bought a label twice, so we'll count it only as once. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Skip that one. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Nurse, are you still in here? She literally said that she sold 20 items this weekend, and I was like, oh, I wonder if we sold the same amount of things. And it was literally 20. That's so funny. Oh, that's him. Yeah. I will accept that offer because I literally didn't even think I still had that thing. So we're going to accept this offer, but then we'll probably wind up shipping it off on Wednesday. So let's get this accepted. Sounds great. Please take it. And in the words of the Muppets, moving right along on that. Okay. Yeah, so 20 items. That's everything that sold Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. I have got a lot of work to do because I probably pushed myself mildly out of the algorithms this weekend because your girl had some concerts. We did a lot of garage sailing on Saturday, and yesterday I literally took family day. Arizona said lots of electronics, video games, vintage clothing, and toys. I mean, those are the bangers. Yeah, Nurse is still here. Nurse, you and I sold the exact same amount this weekend. That's crazy. Arizona, guys, let's give Arizona a hand. That is some serious sales. I mean, you got to love when those video game sales come up. Yeah, I scored so many free video games this weekend. It was so great. I can't wait to get those listed. So yeah, that was really cool. Nurse, you and I are like this. Yeah, Cole, you got the fire. Love it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Arizona, I'm so proud of you, dude. I love seeing that. There is nothing like seeing somebody else succeed. It makes me so happy. Oh, Sweetbriar got #1 gifter. All right, guys. Well, we're over 10K. Thank you so much. I may be back on later today. I'm not sure. I got to get pictures and stuff, but I got a hammer. I'm going to be honest. I love being on here with you guys, but I don't quite get as much done as I do when I don't. If you don't see me later today, then I'll definitely be on tomorrow. We'll go ahead and do some pictures of clothing tomorrow. I think a little bit earlier in the day. Let me make sure I don't have any appointments or anything weird coming up here. No, so I'll be back on tomorrow. I'll go ahead and put a little video up so that you guys can register for it to get a reminder. And if you're watching this on the tubes, it's Ubes. I will set up a thing ahead of time too, so you can get reminded. Let's see, do we have any other questions here? LGE eBay description question. I know you can use links, but can you include a screenshot of retailer website item description in your pics? As far as I know, no. Because the way that they wrote it out, that's a copyrighted item because that's their verbiage and their wordage. So what I do, let's say that I'm selling something that's new with tags, and this is a great question over on the tubes, it's Ubes. LGE, thank you for asking this. If I sell something that's new, what I do, now different people have different feelings on this, but I know what the rules and bylaws are, and that is a copyright infringement on things. The only way you can non-copyright infringement like a screenshot is if you were to go in and change the hue by at least 20%. I know this because I literally did marketing and did this for a living for years. So technically it is copyright infringement if you just screenshot the verbiage. What you can do though is go in and copy that, paste it into yours, and then change a few things. So normally what I'll do is like shorten a sentence they have, or get rid of the BULLET points that they put on there. If you change a little bit of the stuff, then the search engine can't pick up that it's the same thing. You also don't want to have that same image on because let's say that you're going to sell a brand new pair of Levi's jeans. and you go in and you screenshot a picture of a model wearing those. By the way, that is a copyright infringement. I know a lot of people do that, and I get it, but it is technically, you're not supposed to do that. They go in and they screenshot that picture, or they screenshot the verbiage or something like that. The problem is that website, Levi's, has already coined that phrase and used that. So the search engine is going to be fighting for who to advertise. And are they going to advertise one listing and one time on eBay, your listing, or are they going to advertise and push forward the Levi's website? Well, the Levi's website, because it gets way more traction than your actual store gets, or that one listing could ever get. Oh, no sale. So if I were you, just go in and change a little bit of that, get the verbiage in there and not necessarily the picture. You're welcome. I hope that answers your guys' question. So yeah, I know there's a lot of people that do the stock photos and stock images and stuff like that. And I get it. And I know a lot of big time resellers that do it. It has just, you can, but you got to go into like an app and change the hue of stuff like 20%. I have a few of my listings I've put it up on, only because the picture of the item is so not what it looks like. And I go in and I will screenshot it, but then I will put it in my software and I will change something on it slightly so that it doesn't get picked up. But I mean, that's a lot of work unless you know how to do that stuff quick. Oh, thanks, Sophie. I appreciate that. You know what, guys? I love spreading the knowledge. I was so lost doing this. Oh man, when I think back at like the sheer and utter anxiety I would have when I first started doing this, I literally would lay in bed at night and just obsessively think about like how to do something right. And someone said to do this on this video, and like, oh man, I screwed something up and I lost money and this and that. And like I was such a mess. So if that's where you're at, or you're still in that, and you're in that space, it gets better, it gets easier. And hopefully following people like me and all the awesome other resellers that are on here and all over the place, hopefully they'll help you out as much as I got help from all of them too. So thanks you guys so much for joining in. I appreciate whether you're joining us on the Tubies, it's Ubies, or you're joining us on the Tiks. And I just appreciate you guys being here. Thank you for adding value to me. I hope I added value as well. Thank you for over 12,000 likes on this and all of the shares and all the follows and all the good stuff. Guys, kill it. You got this. The only way to fail is to quit, and none of us are quitters. So let's go. Let's get it. Let's have an amazing weekend or week, and I'll see you guys back on here tomorrow. All right. Bye, everybody. Peace. And yeah, if you're on the Tubes, it's Ubes here. Just follow me on YouTube. Just do a little subscribe thing if you're interested in any of this kind of stuff, or you just like hanging out, because we always keep real and have a good time. All right. Peace.